A night in with MauLer and the drinker, getting trashed with the web's free thinkers. A cheap night cause I'm feeling kinda thrifty, got a 10-pack of beers and a bottle of whiskey. Hop off the cork, have a glass of wine, that's feel safe, I'll be fine. Trouble walking in a straight line, but pour me a Pinot Noir. It's open bar with our hosts, MauLer and the critical drinker.
All right, look at us starting on time tonight. That means it's going to be a terrible open bar episode, I can just tell.
It's going to be hard to hide my lack of enthusiasm after I just came on. Yay, woo!
Don't worry, we'll talk about that soon enough, MauLer. We'll be fine. But yeah, welcome everyone for Open Bar 163. It's good to have you all back here, as always. And MauLer, well, are you ready to get some education? You ready to learn something about a new year?
Yeah, I am.
I think so. This'll buoy your spirits a little bit after what you've just experienced. So I'll try and make it entertaining for you anyway. So in this case, stuff that happened in 1963. We're starting with a nice uplifting one: the assassination of JFK. Fuck. Sorry.
Well,
it was kind of the biggest event of the year, so yeah. November 22nd, actually, so not that long from now, annual terms, but yeah, assassinated in Dallas, Texas.
Yep.
So sad times indeed. Also, the establishment of the Moscow-Washington hotline, because, you know, after that whole Cuban Missile Crisis thing, I think they decided, like, we should probably have a way of talking to each other, just so we don't have that whole nuclear war thing happening.
So me and Drinker have that, actually, just in case something goes wrong. We have a little hotline.
It's a big red telephone on my desk here that I can just
right next to my button to auto nuke him in case anything goes wrong. So gotta make sure, you know.
Got to watch you don't do another one of those drunk streams. You know, you just press the wrong one. my house just goes up in a mushroom cloud.
I'm like, oh, sorry, man. And you're like, it's okay.
Yeah, it's chill, bro. In the world of movies, the biggest film of the year was by far Cleopatra from 20th Century Fox. That made $26 million at the box office, but it was still a massive box office flop, ironically enough. It cost $31.1 million to make, so it didn't even come close to breaking even with the, you know, distributors' fees and all that.
Remember
and that is like
we were going to get a remake from Patty Jenkins with Gal Gadot? Wasn't that a thing at one point?
Yeah.
That never happened. Could you imagine? That would have been so fucking funny, though, if we got it.
Going from Elizabeth Taylor to Gal Gadot is just wild, man. But yeah, in modern terms, that would have cost $330 million in today's money to make, which is roughly half the cost of your average Marvel movie today. So, you know, could have been worse. But it did effectively bankrupt 20th Century Fox. And it wasn't until a couple of years later, with The Sound of Music, they were able to get out of that financial hole because it was such a success. But yeah, pretty much everything went wrong on that movie. Elizabeth Taylor was taken ill for months, delaying filming. Her and Richard Burton had a massive affair, falling out, and basically ruined the publicity tour for the movie. And yeah, pretty much it was a bit of a disaster from start to finish. It was also the year that gave us How the West Was Won and The Great Escape, superb war movie. We also got The Birds by Alfred Hitchcock. Jason and the Argonauts, one of my personal favorites because I love that stop motion animation. If you've never seen it, go watch Jason and the Argonauts. It's a beautiful movie. And From Russia with Love, the second of the Connery Bonds. So, interesting year for movies. And in terms of people who were born that year, Quentin Tarantino, Brad Pitt, Johnny Depp, Helen Hunt. It was kind of a bumper year. Not so much Helen Hunt, but you know the other three. Jason Isaacs as well, dependable movie villain.
Oh, yeah.
And last but by no means least, James May. an important birth in the world of Top Gear.
Yes.
But anyway, that's enough pointless waffle out of the way. Let's get our panel in, shall we?
Let's do it.
All right. Welcome, Razorfist, Alan Ing from Film Threat, Reaper, and Gooch Prime. Welcome, gentlemen. Good to have you here.
Pleasure to be here.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me.
Hello.
All righty. Well, We have seen Predator Badlands, but just before I go into that, some light relief, shall we have? There's a clip that's just come out of an interview with Sydney Sweeney where she was asked about her jeans ad for American Eagle, and the response she gave was priceless. Shall I go ahead and play it for you, just to lighten the tone?
Yeah.
Of the content, which was basically that maybe specifically in this political climate, like white people shouldn't joke about
this
genetic superiority.
So
like that was kind of like the criticism, broadly speaking. And since you are talking about this, I just wanted to give you an opportunity to talk about that specifically.
I think that when I have an issue that I want to speak about, people will hear.
Is that what I want to put up with your bullshit? I'll go ahead and text you.
That is a classy way of just saying, go fuck yourself.
Oh, well, what she lacks in journalistic integrity, she makes up for in chromosomes.
It was just the look on her face. Let's see if I can bring it up
Talk
here.
about that.
Yeah, look at her face, man. It's like, are you sorry yet? Do you want to apologize?
You know what
Do you
she
want to go
looks
on your
like?
self-flagellation tour?
You know who she looks like? You know the comedian Paula Poundstone?
Yeah.
That's who that broad looks like.
Damn.
It's kind of a fucking shitty question to begin with. What you go, white people shouldn't joke about genetic superiority. It's like, well, everyone else should. What does that mean? Like,
whereas everyone else should be eugenics mad.
Yeah. It's like, well, what she seems to be saying there effectively is like, you're not quite ashamed enough of yourself yet, and I want to help you get to that correct place. Just say what we want you to say. Come on, just say it.
Yeah.
She's
Is
like,
this
nah,
the clip
I don't think I will.
Is this the clip where she just basically says it's a jeans ad?
I think so,
what
yeah.
it was. You know, and for her to say, "Do you want to explain yourself?" Yeah, it's a jeans ad. I was advertising jeans.
Yeah, I mean, what more do you really need to say there? But it's just that desperate need to try and entrap a person and get them embroiled in the political discussions around it. And she's just like, nah, I'm just not going to engage with that question.
Yeah,
moving on. You know,
no kidding.
I like it. I do. I gotta respect that. But yeah, that was a nice little fuck off journalist moment. Anyway, gentlemen, right. We have mostly seen Predator Badlands. Wow, this movie is getting hyped up to the max on social media. Everyone just seems to be singing its praises in a totally authentic and organic way, which definitely wasn't bought and paid for. But I'd be interested in hearing your thoughts about this movie now that you've seen it. Did you enjoy Disney's Predator?
Yeah, sorry. I went to a press screening, and when I walked out, I basically said it was the third best Disney movie of the year. Right? We have Lilo and Stitch. We have Freakier Friday.
Wow. Jesus
and
Christ.
Predator Badlands.
Freakier Friday. I do love this one. It's Grace Randolph's favorite Predator film. It's probably the only Predator film she's ever watched or knows about.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like I said in the back room, and this was mentioned to me, and I kind of agree. Like, this feels like a lost Star Wars script for The Mandalorian, and they just adapted it and made it into a Predator film. And holy shit, does she not shut the fuck up? She was the most annoying character I think I've ever witnessed in a screen. Like, and I was like, I can't even watch this. I just put it second screen. I couldn't even watch it. It's that bad. It had potential. There was moments there where you saw where they could go with it, but other than that, it was just a nightmare to watch.
So my understanding, like, the Predator literally like talks and shit. Like,
a
lot.
So they overcome this.
Okay, so I'm the odd man out here. I didn't have enough time to watch it beforehand, so they're going to be filling me in. But I looked up a synopsis. I looked some stuff up on it. I did a little bit of legwork, and when I looked up the synopsis, it was like talking about the personal problems of what appeared to be the Predator.
Yes,
like,
yes.
wait a minute.
Yeah,
should we know this much about
The way the film gets around this is the android uses like what she calls a universal translator, which is just a magical bullshit way of getting around it. So she can talk in English, so the audience hears her speaking English, but she's actually speaking Yautja because she understands their language and it's hearing its own language from her. And when it speaks, it's in its own language, but we get subtitles. So that's the convoluted way of them giving the audience the most like streamlined viewing experience for it. But
AVP had more restriction on this. Fucking Paul W.S. Anderson didn't allow the Predator to talk.
Yeah.
Instead, it would use motions, which was considered cringe by the fan base at the time. But
it's always bad when you're demystifying these things.
Like,
I'm not a big fan of the alien being called the xenomorph, and now we're calling the Yautja, and they literally have dialogue now.
I think this is something that has been filled in a bit over the years. Like, I'm not really into like the Predator comics and the novels and stuff, but like they have sort of filled out the backstory for the Predator race. If you're inclined to go into that, fair enough. It's never really been my thing. Much like yourself, much prefer them to be mysterious. The mystique around them is much more interesting than the answers that we get. But they've obviously decided to go that route with this. I think if I was to try and define this movie, I would say if you just were able to look at it as a generic sci-fi adventure movie with action in it, and forget about the Predator connections, it's probably all right. It's forgettable, like fluff, pretty much. It's just there's at its core, it's a story of like redemption and friendship and like mutual sacrifice for things. It's nothing earth shattering, but it's like, okay, it's fine, and it's a perfect like Disney formulaic movie. The problem comes in when you realize, though, it's meant to fit into the same universe as the first and second Predator movies. And then you realize this is a fucking joke of a film. Like, it's so Disney-fied. It's got jokes everywhere. It's got like a cute little alien that follows them around.
Pop culture humor in a Predator movie?
Yes. The line "I trusted you" from a Yautja, I was just like, okay, what are we doing here? Like,
I think as Gooch was saying, the biggest problem with this movie by far, though, is it Thea, the android?
Yeah,
Thea. She is fucking insufferable. She never shuts up. She's constantly telling jokes and like cracking wise and just like giving the Predator shit. And it is so fucking irritating. Like, you want her to die, basically, just to stop her talking. It's like, you know how Ash from the original Alien and Bishop from the second one, like, they are interesting characters and they can convey a degree of emotion, but like they're kind of blank slates in terms of their personality, which is what you'd expect from a fucking robot. It's like everything that was missing from them has somehow been poured into her and amplified 100-fold because, wow, she is something else, man.
Oof.
Some kind of like a C-3PO thing going on.
Well, yeah, that's
worse.
what Trachtenberg said, that he wanted that Chewbacca C-3PO scene in there. Like
because this is a Predator movie.
Yeah,
and we need that.
Yeah,
I mean, I'll agree with you, Drinker. I've seen a lot of indie sci-fi movies, and I would say if you pull the Predator elements out of this movie and just made this movie the story, you'd have a fairly decent sci-fi thriller. But the problem is, this is Disney. They have hundreds of millions of dollars they get thrown into it, and this should have been a much better film, a more complex film, and it really should have hit on the themes of the original Predator movies. I mean, who asked for backstory? And that's what we're getting here.
But you could say the same thing for Alien Earth. If that was just a sci-fi show, you could have maybe got away with it. But because it's Alien,
right. That's the problem. Is you could make great sci-fi movies, but the problem is when you layer a franchise on top of it, you are now bound to the rules of that franchise. And when you inevitably break those rules, you ruin the franchise.
Yeah, like I judge my Predator films on a sliding scale based on how much Jesse the Body Ventura the film has to offer. That's bonus points if he's wielding a
great way in that movie.
Well, there's no toxic masculinity in this, and like all of the there's not even humans in it, right? Because there's a big army of synths that they end up fighting near the end, and that's purely so that they can have extremely like gruesome dismemberments and stuff. But there's no real emotional weight to it because they're just robots. Like they can't feel pain and they don't really care whether they live or die anyway. So it's just obstacles that have to be removed.
You're saying it's rated R violence, but for PG-13.
By the way, the male synths are weaker and the two female synths are the stronger.
Well, the females, Thea can beat them up with just her legs. Like her legs are just disembodied and walk around by themselves.
That's a little bit confusing.
It's bad. It's bad.
How is she outclassing? She's split in two halves, and she's defeating like several androids, even though she's an android. So it's just like how power levels, guys. Like that doesn't make any sense.
Oh, and they're retarded. They're retarded on top of that. He has a gun, and he's just like looks past her, and he's like, "What about the creature? There's a creature that you would shoot it, wouldn't you? You would just naturally shoot it." But he's like asking her, "What do I do with the creature?"
Well, because she disguises herself as the other android that's in charge by making her eye go fucking retarded. And like for some reason he doesn't recognize her. And I was like, do these things really just look at each other visually? I'm pretty sure like they can sense like their identification signals or whatever.
She reports to Mother as though they're both like a commander in their office, so like humans. Like remember, Mother is, like, hey, what happened to the Predator? And the android's like, it's dead. Like lying, and Mother's like, oh, okay, good. It's like, how do you not know? You've got security cameras everywhere. You have the android's history. It wouldn't, like, Mother would know. And Mother doesn't talk like a person. Doesn't go like, hey man, how's everything going? How's things going? I was like, no, and none of this would be done in speech. They are robots. You just have it done instantly through a connection.
I feel like, bro. I feel like someone
like
for the robots. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I feel like someone read the plot of the Predator to a child, and then they relayed it to Dan Trachtenberg, and then he based his understanding of the Predator universe off of that to make this movie. That's what this feels like, because it's just so toothless. It's so like
hollow.
Disney-fied.
It's very hollow. Because
and like I say,
you're trying to get emotion out of you, but you can't get yourself attached to any of the characters because they break their own lore, and it's
humanize the fuck out of the Predator. And it's one of those things where it's like it's always good to do that, isn't it? And it's like no,
I don't. Why do you assume that? You know what? No. Like I say, you could have just made your own generic sci-fi movie about an actual humanoid hunter. A race of hunters, and he gets exiled to this planet so that he can kill something and like win his trophy, that sort of thing. And that would be fine. But like, I don't want a Predator to be doing this. I don't want a Predator, right, to be sitting in a cave with fucking half of an android woman talking about how sad he is that his dad killed his brother and his dad doesn't respect him because he's too small and he's like the runt of the litter and he feels inadequate. He's like talking about his feelings, and it's like, I don't want this from a Predator. This is not what they're supposed to be. I don't want them to be humanized. They're not human.
I don't even like the way they try to explain how this fits in. There's been like, it is now time to choose your hunt. You must go to the computer screen and select a planet and then select a war. It's like, no. I don't want to see any of this. Like, it's so lame.
Yeah, these are two franchises. Sorry, I'm talking about Alien and Predator, where like the less explained, the better. Mm-hmm. Like the Predator. Remember at the end of Predator, where there's no reason for you to believe that that's not its real face, and then it comes off, and Nancy Pelosi's underneath, and it's right. You have the face reveal for the first time, and it's like that. Those kind of reveals. Same thing with the Alien, right? In the original Alien film, where you're never quite sure what the widths and depths are of its power level, what it even physically looks like necessarily. And now we literally have like internal monologues for them. Like, what are we even doing?
Well, that's the thing. From the very beginning, the Predator should have been a feared creature. It's hunting you. It's trying to kill you. And that's what all these movies are based on. And now with this movie, the Predator, we now empathize with it. we understand that it's got its own daddy issues to work out, and that's why it's trying.
Which is just what we needed in this franchise. But I was gonna say,
if you ever needed a sign of like it's done by modern writers, there's going to be fucking daddy issues in there and feelings of inadequacy.
With everything you just said, Razor, have you seen any of Alien Earth?
Yes, unfortunately.
Yeah, they turned the alien into a pet dog.
They did.
It's like, holy shit, guys! And then
But
like,
luckily, they had the Planeteers there to save the day.
Like, people are saying that Alien and Predator are healthier than ever, like as franchises. God, we're fucked.
What? I know. And dude, the freaking headlines.
Well, healthier means neutered.
Dude, they had a headline about this movie in my local paper. I shit you not. Who knew a Predator movie could be this fun? I was like, did you watch Predator 1 and 2? Like, what are you? Arnold's dropping one-liners like tack nukes, Jesse Ventura's turning bitches into beefaroni with a minigun the size of a water heater. Like, oh, who would find that fun, for crying out loud? No.
Well, what Dringo is like, have these people even seen the movie? Do they know what it is? Like, I don't think so. They kind of just be like, that's that old movie. I don't need to see that. It's boring.
Yeah.
That's honestly what I think it is. And it's just like, they do not give that original movie anywhere near the credit that it deserves, because it's
so good.
It's such a smart script. It's so well paced. It moves you between different genres. And, I think Trachtenberg himself even said, well, people, what's the point in us just doing the same thing over and over again, just making the same movie? And I thought, you're missing the fundamental point of, you probably just shouldn't be making any.
Yeah.
Because you've got nothing to add to it. Like, doing this kind of goofy shit isn't like adding to the value of the Predator franchise. And, people can make that argument of, well, who says that every Predator movie has to just be about a big sort of beefy 1980s action flick? Well, no, but like, by the same token, if I go and watch a Saw movie and it turns out to be a romantic comedy, then I'm probably not going to enjoy that either. You set certain expectations with your franchise because it's founded on certain ideas. And when you start to go too far outside that, well, you've lost it. You've just got something else with a Predator suit on it.
Well, thanks for putting that out in the universe. That's going to happen for Saw.
Yeah, but no shit.
Yeah, but
don't give them ideas, man.
Predator, he had the one-liners. There's so many quotes like, I don't have time to bleed. And then in this movie, Badlands, what is the quote? Wolf? Wolf. Like that's the big line.
That's his arc. You just laid out his arc. It's so good.
It was a wolf.
I don't like
so good.
All right.
I just have to put this in there as well. Just for
oh man!
Name a bigger downgrade, by the way.
Oh my god!
Kroger brand Predator. Yes.
I mean, I get because this Predator is more. Well, if their goal was to humanize him, he definitely is. Like, he's much more expressive, and he's very much more understandably human in terms of his reactions to things. But again, is that what you want from a Predator? Because it's supposed to be thoroughly alien and terrifying and weird and not understandable. Right. And now it is. Now it's just a guy with a slightly fucked up face, basically.
Well, now I can empathize with 87 Predator.
Yes.
And feel for him and feel better when he kills me that I helped.
Well, maybe he had daddy issues as well. Maybe he's just trying to prove himself.
Yeah, you don't know.
I wish to highlight.
Maybe he's an incel. I don't know.
There's especially with this image up, just because you've reminded me, right? So I want to highlight a part of this movie where I consider it jumped the shark, and I consider that to be a relative term, as in you have to jump from what you already were, which, as far as I'm concerned, was a jump of the shark of the Predator franchise. But I'm assuming you guys probably would pick a similar moment. But you see the plasma caster there that the original Predator has. Well, our new one, he doesn't get that in this movie, and so he has to improvise. And I'm not joking. He tames an acid-spitting eel to wrap around his torso and become a plasma caster. That is a thing that happens. And before you can even react to that being the stupidest thing in the movie, the bad guy gets his actual plasma caster, aims it at him, is about to shoot, and he doesn't, for some reason, realize what's happening, even though he knows the weapon back to front. Doesn't jump out of the way. Instead, just watches her shoot it, and his little eel does a hero dive in front of the plasma caster so that he takes the shot.
But
They have this moment.
Well, didn't you feel the
Predator-
emotion of that death, MauLer? It was
They
beautiful.
they really want you to. They have that shot where the Predator looks at the dead eel like, no.
It's a metaphor for what's happening in the world with men nowadays. Like their eel is, dying out there.
I can't believe they fucking did that shit, man. Like, this movie's a joke.
You just don't get it. The recurrent use of the eel as a Christ figure. You don't understand.
Death, sacrifice, resurrection. It's beautiful.
Oh god, it's so bad. It's so bad.
The thing is, like, if you were to describe the plot for this, it would be really quick and easy as well. Like, literally, the Predator is going to be killed by his dad because he's the runt of the litter. His brother sacrifices himself to save him, puts him on his ship, and just, like, he takes off, goes to this planet that's he'd chosen previously, even though they were never meant to go there. But he's determined to kill the biggest, strongest, most powerful predator or apex predator on that planet to prove himself. And then he's just going to kill his dad anyway. So you kind of wonder what's the point in killing this thing, but whatever. And then he runs into the android who helps him. She's literally just strung up in a tree when he runs into her. And then she joins his little group. And that's kind of the extent of the story. Like, it's not a complex one. You find out she was sent there by Wayland Yutani with a bunch of other synths to study the place and like try and recover samples. They were sent to get that apex predator as well. I can never remember what it's fucking called, but
Calyx.
Yeah. And one other synth survived it, like her, basically her twin or her sister, same model, but she's the evil one. She's leading the evil synths to recover this thing.
When they have the scene where the Predator's getting tortured and they keep showing the android being like, no, I was like, what the fuck are we doing, man? Like, what am I watching?
Well, he starts his own clan, and it's just like, it's so cheesy. I'm like, really? This is where we're going? The three of them? This is the clan that he's given up everything that he's been taught his whole life, like the Yacho way, giving it all up to start his own clan with.
He's rejecting. Yeah, he's rejecting all the male characters, and the woman and the alien are both women.
Yeah,
it's the hashtag Predator resistance. Don't worry about it.
I did like this. I love how Grace Randolph seems to have this weird fixation that they've got like a romantic relationship going on. It's like, this is like those fucking like female romance novels where it involves minotaurs and like zombies and stuff. And it's like, oh no, this is going down a dark path that I don't want to follow.
Yeah. I mean, one thing we're not bringing up is the Kalisk, the apex predator. And not to spoil, I don't want to spoil that part of the story, but that story.
We're going to spoil it, so you can just go ahead, man.
Well, the whole idea that it's a mother protecting its child just shows you that there's nothing unique about this movie. There's nothing new about this movie. That idea of a mother protecting a child has been told in story after story after story, and I believe Alien is kind of that way too.
Well, it's got the power loader as well, so like it's
Alien.
The shades
of,
this is the fucking one I was talking about. Morning Glory Milking Farm. I know about this because Shoeonhead did a video about it. It's dark stuff. Anyway, sorry.
What's with the whole like this creature is impossible for any predator to kill? My dad is afraid of it, and then they beat it with a predator grenade.
They can turn it into ice, don't they?
Well, it's a standard predator grenade they get from his ship. They throw it and it's dead. Or it's
by the way, you didn't see that coming.
And then they blow it up.
Because it's so dangerous. Just for Razorfist's benefit, it's dangerous because even if you damage it, it just instantly regenerates. So like it's very difficult
if you freeze it and blow it up.
It's a T-1000 from Terminator 2.
Exactly. Oh my god! Everything in this movie is just fucking copy pasted from other films.
It is. The first thing they do is cut its head off, making you believe that they killed it, and then it regenerates.
Yeah.
But like once those pieces thaw at the very end, when they blow her up, they freeze it, blow her up. It stays dead this time. Shouldn't it literally copy the T-1000's thaw and then come back together?
Well, I don't get it. Why did any other predator have trouble? All you needed was one grenade.
Well, they all left their grenades because when he crashes, the ship starts crashing when he enters the stratosphere, but the ship remains intact. He abandons the ship and goes on some weird fucking bike that like
it's true as well.
He's in the cockpit. It just a bang happens. He drops down. He's in this weird bike, smashes into the ground at like fucking Mach 50, and then his ship's perfectly fine. It's so fine that all the weapons are still on like their handles when the androids find it. He never goes to look for those weapons. He just goes, "I've got a bow and arrow, and that's good enough."
It's honestly like Alien Earth, when that ship crash lands in the middle of the city, they go on board and it's still got like trolleys and stuff that are just upright and all the equipment's still sitting on them. Like, how did this crash work again? I don't know.
The first thing they have him fight on the planet is trees.
Always a good sign.
The trees try to eat him.
Opening the same way as
the flowers.
To reference the bit that Reaper mentioned as well, when he's on the bike and he's like falling through the atmosphere, it made me properly laugh out loud because for some reason he's sitting in it just going, ah! It's so fucking stupid.
Well, there's another scene like that where where the androids capture him and he manages to jump out the back. He jumps out the back and then somehow rolls down a waterfall going, ah!
That's so lame, dude.
Oh, the ending where they did the Ripley scene, Tia walking down with the robotic arm, and I'm just like, are we seriously doing this? We're stealing from aliens.
Yeah. They steal from so much.
Hey,
so
we
much.
We bought 20th Century Fox. It's ours now.
Yeah, I'm just like, okay, I guess we're doing this too.
Yeah.
But the wildlife is just unbelievable because there's a bunch of plants that poison you and paralyze you, and there's a giant bird that hunts using those plants by throwing gigantic slabs of rock at the plants. So the plants go off and they stun you, but they're all so tightly packed together. How would the bird ever get close to you?
Well, it's not just that, right? There's slugs that if you touch them, like you pick them up, they'll swell up and then explode like sticks of dynamite. And I just thought to myself, what kind of defense mechanism is that where they kill themselves?
They have nitroglycerin as blood.
Yeah, it's like, checkmate, motherfucker. Yeah, I don't know what you're supposed to get out of that. It's just like, again, it's like, let's not think about how any of this stuff is real or believable or would ever work. Just let's put whatever crazy shit pops into our heads. It's like Taika Waititi was asked to do a Predator movie. That's what this movie feels like.
Oh yeah.
And this is the thing. Like, I would, if I was asked to compare this to, say, Prey is far and away a better movie than this. And I don't love Prey at all, but at least that movie takes itself seriously and it's not some goofy comedy buddy movie.
The Predator doesn't fucking talk in that movie.
Yeah,
he kills a bear. It's not perfect in any way, shape, or form how they portray everything and do everything, but like in just reference to this, it's like it's not even close. I can't stand. It's not just that the Predator talks; he talks excessively. Can't shut the fuck up. Neither can she. And it's all useless dialogue that's repeated over and over again. They show us what happens, and then they have him recall the event a million times and with flashbacks. Oh. My dad killed my brother. My dad killed my brother. My brother died because my dad killed him. And she's like, how do you feel about that?
Doesn't he have a Ray moments where he keeps going Quay every time his brother dies?
Yeah.
By the way, just to give you an example, because I did note it, right? This is the quality of the dialogue. You should be in a clan. No, I have no clan. You have no family? I had a brother. What happened to your brother? My father killed him. You are grieving.
No, he keeps going, like every time she goes, we need to be sensitive. He goes, sensitive is weakness. And she's like, no, it's not. Then later on, he goes like grieving. She says to him, you're grieving. And he goes, grieving is weakness. And she goes, no, it's not. And that's all she keeps doing.
You know what it reminds me of? It's that fucking scene in Hot Shots Part 2 when it's like Harbinger is like cornered by Topper Harley and he's like, oh, come on, you big bad G.I. Joe. It's like, come on, show some emotion. And he's like blowing his nose and shit. Like, that's like this, just trying to tease out the most basic emotional responses from this thing.
Right.
I don't want to see the Predator's emotions.
He's so sad.
Yeah, this fucking movie, man.
But even like his idea to carry her, it's her idea. She uses like a child's reverse psychology. She goes, oh, I'm not helping you. I'm a tool. Take me with you. And he's like, oh, okay. Like he's got the brain of a fucking 5-year-old.
Well, it starts off on a bad note when the brother takes him to the father, and the father's like, "You were supposed to kill him. Like, why didn't you do that?" And he's kind of just standing there. I'm like, okay, wait, he was supposed to kill his brother and end it because he's a weak part of the clan, and yet he bringing him to the father. What did you expect to happen? Like,
yeah, I don't know what he thought was going to be the resolution to that little.
Yeah, I'm like, why are we even having this scene? Like, this is ass backwards. I don't even.
Because we need to establish that the dad is really, really bad because fathers are evil.
Yeah.
Fathers are evil in the scheme of modern writing, especially if it's Disney.
Drink a
Oh my gosh, yeah, Disney. We're like, abandoning the kids, deadbeat dads. I don't think there's a head of a single franchise owned by Disney who is still together with an intact family unit. Like they all
make a huge deal out of the father drama, and the film ends obviously as most basic as you can imagine. They have their big fight and the dad dies, and then the movie takes its place being like, now that that's over, time for the real threat, the mum.
Yeah.
Could
be like twice his size.
There's you finally get to see the Predator homeworld, and you're like, well, how do they have force fields and fucking lightsabers? And it's just a barren rock. It looks like Tatooine.
And yeah, like they seem like dumb monster things that just growl and like roar at each other. Like I'm not sure how. Like were there teams of Predator scientists developing all this advanced technology with lab coats on?
Again,
and stuff? I can't really picture it.
Don't answer these fucking questions, right? Let us think about it from what we see of the little. Remember the scene where he's like looking after himself in Predator, where he's doing his healing. Remember, there's like a really quick shot of what he actually looks like in full when he's like yelling. Really fucking quick, because it's designed to make us go, whoa, what is that?
This thing?
Yeah, I wonder where it comes from, what it does, blah, blah. It's like, don't worry, we'll show you. You're like, okay.
Don't worry, we'll explain it exhaustively through an autistic android.
This is why, like, I like to imagine my headcanon for Predator doesn't extend beyond Predator 2. That gave you a little bit more, like, insight and understanding of the Predator race. You saw like the hunting trophies that they had. Like there's a kind of implication that one of them knows basic human language, and that's it. And then it goes off from there. And I think that's all we need. Like just like a little incremental step forward in our understanding of these things, but they're still largely unknown. And now we've crossed that fucking Rubicon, and like now they're like us. They're like us, but uglier.
But they do like to keep relics like that Spanish pistol, though. Like they still like to keep those kind of things around.
Well, they had to give us the backstory for that fucking thing as well, of course.
Yeah.
Because again, that was a cool little idea of like, I can imagine all kinds of scenarios about how the Predator came to have this pistol, like some epic battle back a couple hundred years ago. Nah, it was just some dickhead who like got killed really easily by the Predator, and then like a far more powerful woman took command of the pistol and used it. Of course, because it's Disney. And that's all they can do.
I mean, I gotta say, to that point, how did we get here? When I saw the movie, I was at a critic screening.
How did it come to this?
And I swear, throughout the whole movie, half of the audience was giggling like little girls. Like this is
were they giggling at the bits they were meant to giggle at, though, or were they giggling like this is fucking ridiculous?
Yeah, well, they were giggling at the stupid jokes that were coming through, and then all these action sequences, which were okay. I mean, we've not seen anything new here. It's pretty typical CG action, and people are just gushing over themselves. And then you go on the internet and you just see people saying that this is the greatest Predator movie ever.
This is the thing I'm trying to understand, and people in chat are asking about this as well. Like, explain why people are glazing this Disney slot Predator film. I can only assume it's been bought and paid for. Like, there's enough influencers that they've gotten to say, like, hey, we'll get you out to the premiere or whatever if you just give us some positive chat on social media, because there is no way this movie deserves that kind of praise. Right. It is not the best movie since the original. It's not the best movie since the second one. Like, this is below Prey. It's better than The Predator, the Shane Black one, sure. But, like, it is slop. It's Disney slop.
Do you see that quote that Trachtenberg said that he met Shane Black, and Shane Black said to him that I killed the Predator franchise and you saved it?
Oh.
Like, first
in
of
the
all,
list
like
of today's things that totally happened.
well,
sure.
I was going to say, like, don't really believe it. But secondly, I don't think did you ask him if you could share that? That sounds a little like he told you that personally, but okay. And then of course, just like Tractor be like, yeah, I am kind of the legend that saved Predator. I'm just like, can you sit down, dude? Like,
he is literally the Dave Filoni of the fucking Predator universe. That's all it is. And now he's going to churn out like a dozen more slop movies and TV shows about Predator.
Yeah, remember when Robert
you got
Downey
a
Jr.
movie that's supposed to be a mix of horror and action, but I couldn't imagine any of the directors of the recent movies making even a good standalone horror or action movie. Right?
No.
It's hard enough to combine those two things. These people can't even make one or the other.
I think what I find so annoying about it as well is like, and I think they're going to go this direction now with the Predator movies and probably Aliens as well. It's so toothless. Like the PG-13 rating really hurts it. Because, yeah, I know people are going to say, well, there is still blood and gore in it, but it's like CGI alien blood. It's not the same visceral impact you would get from like violence against humans.
Yeah.
And it's just so...
Alien's the really bad one, because you literally have an alien that is designed by H.R. Geiger who does nothing but draw penises and vaginas all day. Like, how is this going to work? Half the kills in the original Alien have a sexual connotation to them. You know,
you're ending up with a Predator cinematic universe. That's what we've got effectively, and you're going to have the same standard of violence and stuff that you would get in Marvel movies. Nice, sort of acceptable, palatable stuff for families and young adults. That's what I think this movie is geared towards, especially young adults, because of all the talk about feelings and fucking connections and daddy issues and stuff. This is 100% a YA novel in the Predator universe.
You know that this conversation that's happening about like people lied about this movie. There's plenty of amazing violence. It's just not read because it's not humans, whatever. Again, watch them back to back. You remember when they move, like you can't even see it in full in the shot, but in Predator when they move Blaine's body and you can see his like chest has been blown open by the plasma caster, or when Mac's head falls back after the shot and it is just drenched in blood and it's pouring out and shit. It's like,
or they find the corpses that have been skinned alive and they're just like hanging there.
Right. But you understand the difference between those and then a big explosion of CG purple goo. Like, I don't know why people are pretending as though they're the same thing. It's like, obviously not. The sort of the way that it grounds you in Predator, the violence happening to these people who we are familiar in a meta way, right? That they're unstoppable, they're invincible, and they're getting, destroyed by this. Meanwhile, it's like, oh no, and CG goo monster number 17 just got blown up. It's like, okay, I don't know why that means anything to me.
Yeah, and the people are asking here, does he skin motherfuckers alive? Nope. No. Because that's the thing, like, they want you to like the Predator now, so it's nice. It's kind of much softer, it's much more honorable, like, it befriends the android, it even befriends the fucking gigantic monster thing that it's been sent there to kill.
Right.
It ends up, like, taking pity on that. It's a nice guy now. And that's the thing, the Predators are not nice. They have a certain like degree of like honor that they operate under.
They're
but,
cheating bastards. Let's be real. They're cheating bastards. They have they go invisible vision and they can turn invisible, and they have the little thing where they can play back a sound and lure someone away. Right? Like, they've got better weaponry. They're just cheating.
They definitely put themselves above their.
Yeah.
I would say like the most impactful scene from Predator, the original, like, is when Billy he sacrifices himself to take on Predator one-on-one, and you don't even see the action. You just hear the screams and everything. And you're like, oh shit, that something went down big time. Like Billy, that I think you don't get those kind of scenes anymore where you're attached to these characters already. And then when they do sacrifice themselves, you're just like, oh shit, there's stakes.
What I adore about that moment, again, script wise, and you can say performances too. It's probably Arnie's best performance, honestly. I'm not sure what I'd pick otherwise, but the fact that you had Dylan and Mac went off, and so they're leaving, and then Billy stays behind because he thinks that it's coming to them next, and then as soon as you hear him scream, which is pretty far away, Arnie's basically terrified because it's like Dylan, Mac, and Billy are all dead. There's no other way that the Predator would be done with, like, it would be here. And the fact that they know already it's really fast and it can go invisible, despite hearing the scream so far away, they're already terrified that it could be right there with them. Like it's and
ironically
it is. And it's
it
a
is
totally antithetical approach to what you guys are describing, because you never see the damn thing for most of the movie. You get little glimpses of the cool cloaking effect and right here and there. But other than that, like, dude, at least 80% of the Predator movie is just staring at a jungle. Like that's the Predator for all intents and purposes.
It amplifies the Jaws approach, didn't they? Like, the less you see of the monster, the more your mind does the work for you.
I mean, that's classic storytelling. They've been doing that in movies forever, and we're always so afraid of those things.
You get a lot of it in this movie. In fact, it's non-stop. You just see the Predator constantly. You see his tears. You see his wonderful expressions. Gets jealous, gets angry. He's just like us.
You see him like trying to settle down for sleeping at night, and he's got that stupid little monster thing with him that's imitating. And
he's listening to the cure and painting his fingernails. No big deal.
When he got upset, you used me. I'm the tool. You're the tool. I'm not the tool. You're the tool. I'm like,
oh, it's so funny.
What are we watching?
So good. I think a really strong way to compare them, right, would be once Billy's dead and he tears the spine and skull out of him in the original. That fucking shot is burned into my head, as well as what you hear when it happens. In the new one, the little gooba baby Yoda rips out the skull of the android and goes "Roar!" And it's like, ha ha ha.
Yeah. And then when the Predator, when he returns to his fucking homeworld, he brings that android skull with him. I don't even really know what he thinks that symbolizes to anyone. Like, none of the other Predators are going to even understand what that is.
Oh, by the way, did you see it when they were selecting what kind of prey he was going for in the beginning? You saw the actual, what's her name? Mid Hunter or Mid Thunder, the girl from Prey. She was on there.
Hidden.
I was like, oh, they actually put her in there as an option. I'm like, get out of here. Yeah, I was like, that was a little.
Well, the problem with the representation of the Predator is that he's based it on names, and but the problem with that is that he has to represent them as noble savages. Like, they can't just be like the Comanche in Prey. In reality, they were fucking horrific. They used to scalp people and they used to pillage lands. No, it's like they're totally fine with women fighting. So that's all you're gonna get is noble savage Predator.
Oh, that's so bad.
That's why he teams up with the animal in the end.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's like nature versus like the forces of like mechanization and like industrialization and stuff. Yeah. They are.
Yeah, every android. I guarantee those androids were written as human, and then someone said, this isn't going to make money as R-rated because this is the most expensive Predator movie that they've made. So someone said you have to get the cost down to PG-13. It's why all the androids are so inconsistent in their strength, and they don't know anything, and they're retarded.
I think this movie's not going to make money anyway, because they were talking about a 25 million opening weekend, which is not good. Because I'm pretty sure the budget for this was well north of 100 million.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not a cheap movie to make. And if you're only making 25 million on your opening weekends, you're going to struggle, man.
It's 105.
Well,
105, yeah.
Especially next weekend, you have Running Man, and then the following weekend, you got Wicked. You have all these other movies.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to obliterate this. It doesn't feel like a movie that's got a much actual momentum behind it. Like, I know it's getting glazed to fuck on social media, but that doesn't feel genuine at all.
But they did this with Prey. Like, Prey was absolutely glazed, and then 5 months later, and people don't even remember that film existed.
No. Predator Hunter or Killer of Killers remembers it though, because they're going to now hold up that fucking Native American girl as like the ultimate like hunter for the Predators to take on. I just know they are.
I don't think Disney understands who the audience is for this.
They don't.
It's like
the audience
when
for
I think
Predator movies is like dudes. I hate to say it.
I mean, I think about when I first saw the original Predator. I was just out of high school at that time, and I were just the horror, the scares, the thrills, and I feel like now they're trying to lecture me as to why it was wrong to make that movie and why it was wrong to feel that way, and now we're going to correct it, and we're presenting you a corrected version of Predator.
Yeah, wasn't there some controversy not that long ago about how the Predator is supposedly an agglomeration of like Afro stereotypes with the dreadlocks and the it's othering of black people in the form of an alien or something like I vaguely recall.
That'll be the same people who see like orcs from Lord of the Rings as like an analogy for black people, and it's like, look, man, if you're a racist asshole, just come out and tell us. Like, you don't have to project it onto like other works of literature and stuff.
I mean, this movie is an indictment on toxic masculinity, or at least.
Alan, you mentioned like Disney doesn't know who the audience is, and Disney still tries to do these cheats. They tried to, they saw the success of Arcane, and they tried to take that animation style, that Fortiche style, and tried to apply it to that Killer of Killers, and it just didn't work. The tone was way off. The storytelling was terrible, and I was just like, it worked for the samurai story, the ninja story, but it just doesn't work for something like Predator. I think you could have gone more like Madhouse style like studios, or like more real anime style. But I mean, yeah, it just.
But at least with Prey and Killer of Killers, they tried to stay with the basic plot of a Predator movie, a Predator hunting down a human being. Here, they just flipped it on its head, told us that toxic masculinity is bad,
Right. Yeah. Allow me to just ask a few super chats that have come in while we've been chatting here. I'll start with the biggies. Where is it? There's a bunch here. Let's see. Yeah. Disney's finally did it. They destroyed both Alien and Predator. They became the ultimate Predator. Well, as you were saying earlier, MauLer, we've been told that Alien and Predator as franchises have never been healthier. Because they're just making stuff for them all the time.
I was already so pessimistic after the trailer. When the film opens and it's like, the Yautja are prey to no one and predator to all. I was like, why? That's what I would gain from watching the movie, isn't it? Why'd you tell me that? This can be shit.
Like Yautja Codex, like it's written in stone. No friends.
But like, and then the first thing you find out is, our dad, who's basically our patriarch and the badass predator of all time, is afraid of this creature on some planet. It's like, I guess that undermines that statement you made seconds ago.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Don't they always take weapons that are appropriate for the task at hand? You have to assume they've got really powerful weaponry. It's just that's only broken out for like the most extreme prey.
They beat it with one grenade, Drinker. This is stupid. Like, there's no way the boss predators wouldn't be able to take out that thing. I was actually, when they said like there's this amazing creature that can't be beaten, I was like, what is going to be the deal with this thing? It's going to have like immense skin that can't be penetrated by a single sword, hyper regenerative, maybe it teleports. I have no idea, because a predator's kind of OP, and they're like, no, it's just a big angry beast that regenerates. Like, you'd probably kill it with a plasma caster. You just keep firing.
Yeah, until they're like you've just vaporized it.
Goo. It's stupid. That's the thrust of the whole movie.
The freezing grenade, it is not just on the monster. They use it on the mech suit as well. They just any
break the arm off it,
is just freeze it with this MacGuffin fucking grenade.
Even the predator gets frozen by it, and it's, I guess, a particular kind of freezing that doesn't kill you unless you're a horrifying beast that can't be killed.
Well, if they tapped him with a hammer, he would have been fucked. Drinker, I need your help resolving an argument in my house. Was K-pop Demon Hunters or Puss in Boots: The Last Wish a better movie? Puss in Boots was definitely better than that.
Sorry, come on.
I like K-pop Demon Hunters, but yeah, it wasn't as good as Puss in Boots. Also, Jack Horner is absolutely a representation of Disney in that movie, so it gets points just for that. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah,
he's funny as fuck in that movie. So absurd. His little like his fantasy weapons from all the fairy tales and shit, where like he has unicorn horns and it makes people vaporize into confetti. It's just stupid shit, but it's funny.
Yeah. Of all the people on this panel, I'm sure Razorfist is the person most looking forward to the Michael Jackson biopic, partly funded by producer John Branca. The man was who totally didn't have shady business dealings against Michael Jackson, and a person who totally didn't screw over MJ and his family after his death.
Yeah, I forgot to even mention that before we went live. That just got dropped today. The Michael Jackson biopic trailer dropped.
Who's playing him?
His nephew.
Oh, wow.
His nephew's playing him. Looks like he's doing a really, really good job. But yeah, there's a whole shitstorm around that. I guess it's now being split into two parts, I think, because there was this whole controversy over how are they going to portray the court case in 2000? Like, what are they going to do with that, basically? And I forget if the family was on the side of like, no, let's go all the way into it, like show that he was innocent, right? So that, I think that was the idea behind it. But either way, it's been basically cut in half at this point. So, but yeah, the guy in charge of the estate now is John Branca, and he does have, as this guy mentions, an extremely spotty record with Michael. And of course, like, Michael fought until his dying day, tooth and claw, to hold on to his half of Sony Publishing. Like 15 minutes after he's dead and moldering, he sells it. Right?
Yeah. Asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hope Fackham Hall will be funny, but it looks safe edgy, only making fun of anti-white stereotypes like British people inbreeding and Catholics diddling kids. Comedy will be officially back if they make fun of other people too. I mean, the trailer looked pretty good, I will say.
Yeah,
it made me chuckle.
I stand by, like, you know, we could have 3 great comedies come out and it wouldn't mean comedy's back. It's complicated, right? A cultural conversation about it. But I will say, as much as I would love some edgy jokes, if they can just make good jokes, clever jokes, you know,
right,
man, that'll be enough for me.
Mexi Rage says, started playing Alien Isolation and one vent drop from the Xenomorph gave me a small heart attack. Finished the Fly EFAP. I don't know if I'll be able to watch it, but I'll try. Sydney's the best girl. Hail. Covered a lot of ground with that one, so thanks.
Yeah,
man.
no shit.
Yeah, I said it's a weird recommendation. Cronenberg's The Fly. He's like, oh yeah, everyone should see it. It's like, but you also maybe you should.
I mean, I can't believe people haven't seen it at this point. It just seems one of those movies that you have to watch at some point.
Original or 80s?
The 80s one, the Cronenberg one.
Oh, okay. The original's underrated.
I like the original.
It's fun in a sort of 1950s B movie
Right.
sort of way.
Hey, Razor, do you know what Vincent Price said about the 80s one?
Oh, tell me.
Goldblum said to him, like, I loved yours. I hope
Hold
you
on.
love mine."
Before you tell me, you have to say it in the Vincent Price voice.
I don't even get.
I don't even know what he sounds like.
I think his quote was along the lines of like, "It was wonderful until it wasn't." Like,
That's great.
It's so funny, the idea of like a guy like, if you know, with 50s sensibilities watching Cronenberg's The Fly. I would be like, get that man out of that cinema. Holy shit. He's not gonna survive.
You have a heart attack.
Killed him, yeah.
And this is a question. Drinker, MauLer, and Panel. Fun question this week. You're stuck on an island and you can only bring one movie from the 80s, one from the 90s, and one's from the early 2000s. Which movies are you going to bring?
Oof.
I might actually bring Predator, you know, since we've been talking about it so much from the 80s.
Early 2000s Lord of the Rings, right?
I think that's pretty much a shoe-in.
Yeah.
90s?
Silence of the Lambs, I'd go with.
Jurassic Park, I'd probably go.
Yeah, it's a pretty strong one.
7.
Ooh, not exactly an uplifting one, but
yeah, it's a great film though.
Yeah, that's true. Definitely. Yeah.
Obviously, Mars Attacks. I'll bring that.
Oh,
classic 90s.
Obviously, yeah.
Yeah.
You and MauLer often cite Hot Fuzz correctly as having a near perfect script. What other films would you rate the same? For me, it's Pulp Fiction. Looking forward to the 29th Long Man.
It's another great film.
The Thing and The Fly are both perfect to me, script wise.
It's a good script.
I think Tremors has got a perfect script. I think that is the most slick, efficient use of the first 15 minutes of a movie that
it was obvious.
I could ask for.
Blade Runner. I mean, do you need any changes on that? Nope.
Nah. Well, which version?
I was going to say that despite there being like 17 versions, but you know what I mean.
Blade Runner has plot it's my favorite movie on planet Earth, but it has plot problems and pacing problems and stuff like that. Like David Peoples did a man's job on that script. He came in and basically cleaned it up for Hampton Fancher, who was all up his own ass. Which, if you want to know why 2049 has so much pacing problems, it's because David Peoples didn't do shit on it.
Well,
we talked about it earlier, but I think
Villeneuve's not exactly known for doing fast-paced movies either.
Yeah,
I think Back to the Future has. We were talking about it.
Back to the Future is a great one.
Yeah.
Back to the Future. Shoot, I'd probably go like The Big Sleep. I'd like go classic, like a 30s or 40s movie or something. Frankenstein, the original Frankenstein. Like some of those older movies have amazing scripts.
I mean, I'd argue It's a Wonderful Life is pretty much a perfect movie as well. Like, I can't fault the script or the direction or the performances in that one.
Right.
Yeah.
To me, though, Airplane.
Yes.
Yes.
I can watch Airplane anytime, any day.
I miss those movies.
That was a perfect script. Shrek. All right, let's get the Shrek appreciation out there.
And of course Norbit and
Norbit. Yeah. I was curious about your take on this as well, right? So Jennifer Lawrence, the first female action hero, first woman, first human being, first object that existed in the universe, talking about recently about why she's backing off from the whole political diatribe thing against, well, in this case, Trump. She says here, yes, when asked by the interview host Lulu Garcia Navarro about her thoughts on speaking out now that regarding Trump and his politics, Lawrence answered, I don't really know if I should. The first Trump administration was so wild, and just how can we let this stand? I felt like I was running around like a chicken with my head cut off. Kind of like all of Hollywood then. But as we've learned, election after election, celebrities don't make a difference whatsoever on who people vote for. So then what am I doing? I'm just sharing my opinion on something that's going to add fuel to a fire that's ripping the country apart. And I thought, oh, wow, has the penny finally dropped that no one really cares what you guys think about politics or the world or anything because you're just actors and you're mostly idiots.
You play pretend for a living. Like, what are we?
Professional pretenders, as Gary calls them.
But she does go on to say, she does go on to say that she'll do it through her art when it comes to politics. And that's the problem.
Well, that's why you end up with movies like One Battle After Another. You know, won't shut up about that stuff.
You know, I think people may have taken Eve Lawrence a little bit less serious. Around the time we saw her muff, I think it was probably. I doubt anyone would take Condoleezza Rice seriously if some sex tape dropped. You know what I mean? Like.
Well, I think Jennifer Lawrence particularly has been talking quite a bit recently because she was also in the news where she was commenting on like her early interviews and that whole ditzy girl next door persona, how it got old real fast and it put people off her. And I just thought, was it that really, or is it just because you started making shit movies and no one really cared about you anymore and the world just kind of moved on?
I got a bigger question. Are we going to get the same comments from Rachel Ziegler in a couple of years? Like, is she going to come out and say, well, I should not.
If it becomes popular to do so, I'm sure she will.
Amber Heard or
Amber Heard,
bro. Well, you remember when the Iraq War was going on and journalists were like just rushing up to actors and musicians, all the important military and geopolitical strategists, and asking them their opinion. And I'll never forget Tommy Lee Jones, of all people. He replies, it's not really fair if I weigh in because I have no qualifications and I have a bully pulpit. I was like, holy shit. Like Tommy Lee Jones, my man. Where was that subtlety when you were playing Two-Face? I really appreciate that.
Hey, he understood the assignment for that one.
He played it perfectly. Okay, that's the generational talent coming through there.
It was, yeah.
Did he say to Jim Carrey, I can't sanction your buffoonery? Yes! It's like, bro, what about your buffoonery?
Bro, that should have been a line in the movie.
Mirror it. But with this with this comment here, it's like, is this just a response to the fact that she's got declining popularity? It is like, I need to do something to shake things up here. Because sorry.
Well, didn't
she has her own studio now, right? She has her own production company, I believe, and so I think she
does,
and she's trying to save grace, and she's trying to promote her own content. And if she talks politics, it's going to kill anything. I talked about this, I think earlier this week and last week, and I said, talking politics, does that potentially kill your movie or anything moving forward? We see Mark Ruffalo. We see, Robert Downey Jr. You see all them, like the Kamala Forever kind of bullshit that they were doing.
Well, shit,
and people,
look what's happening to The Rock, man.
Yeah. And when people were like, no, it's only about 5% that doesn't. I'm like, nah, I just don't. I think it's a lot more than that. I think people are more aware of it now, especially with the way the speed of the internet and media, social media and all that stuff. And it turns people off because those people are talking down to you. They're not, they're preaching to you. They're not inviting you in. They're just telling you, hey, you need to follow us and listen to us. And her saying that, maybe she has a little bit of regrets talking about politics and Trump and all that kind of stuff. But I think a lot of it is to save her own ass for her own production. And that's the way, that's what I think anyway, but I could be.
I think 10 years ago, celebrities thought that everyone thought like them. And so that's why they were more emboldened to speak up about their politics, because, who would disagree with me? I'm a celebrity. And I think when, you mentioned that Jennifer Lawrence has her own production company, I think that's when she realizes, no, she needs to have an audience if she's ever going to make any money. Right. Well, and why insult half your audience at that point and keep them away from your movies?
Well, didn't she start loads of shit on, was it American Hustle with Christian Bale?
Yeah.
She was complaining about the pay gap, despite the fact that she had like a minor role.
Yeah, I think she got a little bit too big for her boots at a certain point, and like it's not just unique to actresses, but like they seem to be particularly vulnerable to this sort of thing, where they get elevated to a certain level at a young age, and they just think they are fucking untouchable, and they can just like put the world to rights. Rachel Zegler is probably the most extreme example, but like a lot of them have done it, and once they do that, they lose the kind of relatability and the likability factor, particularly with her. That was her big thing. She was like, I can't believe I'm famous and I'm rubbing shoulders with like Meryl Streep and stuff, and that was her thing. But like, it gets boring pretty quickly and it evaporates even quicker once you just start complaining, like, I only earned $10 million for this movie. Then she had to actually stand on her own 2 feet, right? And I think the big litmus test for that was that movie Passengers that she did with Chris Pratt, where she famously got paid way more than him, even though he was probably a bigger draw. And the movie fucking flopped because a movie led by her wasn't a success. Like, she wasn't a box office draw.
When you get the reverse pay gap happening, quote unquote pay gap, suddenly they shut the fuck up because they know all the arguments at that point. And just like, oh wait, well, I to be fair, I cost more. I should be paid more. I've got more of a prestige. You're like, oh, okay.
You're paid what you're worth in Hollywood, and if and if you don't justify that pay, then it gets adjusted.
Unless you're Jared Leto for some reason.
Yeah.
Well, you're seeing it quite
You're seeing a lot of it, like especially with James Gunn and Eric Kripke. Like Eric Kripke can't shut the fuck up about his politics, and he puts it in The Boys and all his content. And now he's out there begging for people to watch his shit on Amazon. And then you have James Gunn, who's promoting the hell out of this, but he's divided his audience not once but twice with the Snyder people, and then your politics infused in there. So now you're getting like a small percentage of people that actually want to watch your content, and when they do, they're like, "What am I watching here? Like, this is all political shit. I don't need to be talked down to or preached to." And that's the problem with a lot of these people. And I think she's recognizing that, and if she's being kind of aware of it and trying to say the right things, so people will watch her stuff.
Well, those people have like job security, like Mark Ruffalo. He keeps making like annoying fucking tweets that pisses everyone off, but he's the Hulk. So no matter what, he can keep coming back as the Hulk. So he can continue to be as insufferable as he wants. Jennifer Lawrence doesn't have a franchise. She has nothing. Yeah. It's the same thing. Who's the one? Brie Larson. She's now coming out and saying, "Oh, remember I was acting like a complete bitch? Oh, maybe I shouldn't have done that because now my career."
I think the sad reality as well, though, is like actresses have a really fucking short shelf life, like way worse than like male actors. And so, like by the time you hit 35, you're either ascended to the stratosphere or you'll be forgotten.
Yeah,
that's the sad reality.
You either make that Sally Field transformation, or you will never hear your phone ring again.
Yeah,
but the girl next door thing, Sydney Sweeney's took over. Big titted blonde has now just completely took her place.
She yes, exactly. And she avoids politics, as far as I understand. Like she kind of skirts the line in a cheeky sort of way, but then when she's asked to make explicit statements about it, she's just like, "Nah, I don't think I will actually."
Yeah. And her peers hate her for it.
Yeah, they hate her, but the audiences love her for it, and I think she understands who's more important. You know.
Was Brie Larson? I was misremembering. Was Brie Larson the one who said, "I just look back on my old interviews and I was insufferable"?
That's Jennifer Lawrence.
That was her.
I mean, Brie Larson probably should say it, but
Brie Larson's the one that said like white guys shouldn't be reviewing A Wrinkle in Time because it's not made for them. She's got some great fucking quotes.
It flopped.
It was a shit movie. But then again, I'm a white guy, so I can't really say that.
Yeah, it's oh well.
Yeah, but like it's not even genuine. It's just my career's floundering, so maybe I shouldn't have made mistakes. If she was like still in, and like I don't know, she's gonna be in the next Marvel, whatever. Do you think she would have changed her opinion? She might have toned down the rhetoric.
I think it's
just on board with like Mark Ruffalo.
I think it's bigger than that. When you start getting into production, you got to start playing the game and playing it properly. You want to have an audience. And so she's trying to do lip service right now and try to invite everyone in. It's not just being an actress. That's one thing. But when you have a production in studios, like that's where you got to start playing the game a little bit better and smarter.
Yeah. But that's the thing. Over the last 10 years, it seemed like the studios were leaning into it. It's like, go ahead and tell us what your politics are. People will love it and they'll come out and see it. The whole DEI stuff, they bought into it because they thought it was going to work, and now they found out it doesn't work.
I think they thought they were on the right side of history, and I think probably last year was like it broke the back of that that delusion about the power of celebrity to influence public opinion, which like clearly that didn't have any impact on the election. And two, the actual mood of the culture that we're in now, that cultural swing that took place over the past year was wildly powerful. I think Hollywood now is just finally conceding defeat and saying, we can't keep doing this.
I think a third reason is the money tap is off because they were getting fucking millions for making literal dog shit.
Yeah, I was just gonna mention that. I'm like, how long can you make Terminator Dark Fate and survive? Like, how long
they're still making The Witcher, and that's costing hundreds of millions of dollars. Like somehow that's still fucking happening.
Right. That wasn't her original plan, though, because they're petering out at number 5, and she said she wanted to do 7 seasons. So even then, they're starting to cut it down, going, "Listen, Lauren, you've raped the franchise enough. Move on."
I mean, even 5 is that's so many millions of dollars wasted that they'll never get back because the ratings have absolutely cratered. Well, God knows what it's sitting at on Rotten Tomatoes now. It's probably like 10%.
I think the critic score, it's gone up to like 75 now because fucking just
who cares?
Insufferable assholes. But even then, like when she's trying to make a spin-off like The Rats, that was supposed to be a TV show that Netflix went, "This is so bad, stop filming and take what footage you have and compile it into a movie." And they stealth released it on the same day, so no one would watch it. So even then, they're trying to cut costs everywhere. The money just isn't flowing like it was in 2016. No. They spent money on female Ghostbusters.
That's the most damning one of all.
They decanonized that themselves, the follow-ups.
The tariff war with China too, because remember how much they were catering Western entertainment to China for a while, and then make up some of the money they lost in America on that shit and whatever, right? They can't do that anymore. It just doesn't work.
I mean, ultimately, that's a good long-term thing. It's like, hey, how about you cater to American audiences, since that's where you're from. Like, that's who you represent. China's got its own thing going on, and you're never going to break into that market in a meaningful way. Never.
Yeah, but it's kind of like we're reliant on the Americans, but we hate the Americans. So we're going to give you a movie for you, but we're going to change everything about it until it's something we think you deserve.
Well, you have Demon Slayer that's going in for November 14th, and it's already made supposedly over 200 million pre-sales. So like out east, they're doing everything right. They're
it was
killing it.
profitable before it came to the United States.
Yeah.
This I keep seeing this coming up, right? So I haven't been following Welcome to Derry all that much, but it seems to be getting quite a lot of coverage. I mean, have any of you guys seen any of it?
Yeah.
I saw the first episode.
Yeah. I saw the first episode.
The acting is solid. This dialogue's great, and it's like the first episode. It takes you for a wild ride. You're invested right away. There's stakes. You're like, oh shit, okay, yeah, this is where we're going. All right, I'm digging this. And there's moments where you're thinking, oh, here's where they're gonna like DEI and wokeify and everything, and it's just no. They touch on it and then it's done, and it's done really well. I think it's done really well. I think for the time, I think it's done really well.
No.
You're like, no, you're wrong.
no, I'm right.
I saw the second episode and it keeps going the rate because again, it's like you've got the kids subplot and the adult subplot, and the kids subplot's fine, the acting's decent, all that type of stuff.
Right.
The adult subplot's where it gets really stupid and kind of like obsessed with racism a little bit.
I wouldn't.
Not a little bit, a lot.
I wouldn't say obsessed with racism. It's
Next
1962.
episode.
Yeah, I mean, it's of its time.
it's-
Is
yeah.
it a prequel to It? Is
It's
that the idea behind it?
kind of like 90s woke, sort of. You know, like how you'd have movies like Fried Green Tomatoes, where it's like, hey, it's a movie about the South, and now it's suddenly about racism, right? Like that was just kind of how movies were then, but they weren't 2024 woke.
I have a feeling it's going to get a lot worse because in the spoilers, they talk about a Native American tribe. In the trailer, there's a guy in the Native American tribe looking at like a guy with feathers on his head and everything. So it seems like it's going to go extra hard as it progresses. And it does seem to be getting more and more obsessed with racism. In the second episode, there's a lot more of it than there is in the first, because the first one is dividing its time between that and the kids. And you have to watch the first episode to know why it kind of shifts a little bit.
I mean, this is a sad state of affairs television is in, because you watch the first episode, say, "Oh, it's not that bad," but you know down the road it's going to get you.
Oh yeah, the bait and switch, dude.
That's what I'm waiting for.
Patented. It's a 12 episode order. We get to episode 5, 6. Oh, we got them now, right?
I remember I had seen all of The Acolyte before it had come out. And so when the first 2 episodes appeared on Disney Plus, everyone was talking about it, saying how bad it is. But I kept saying, oh, but you haven't seen that third episode.
Just wait.
Yet.
I think we had Chris Gore on like at the beginning of it, and he's like, yeah, wait till you get to like episode 5 or something. That's when the retardation comes like real full circle.
I didn't like the whole season, but I remember people reacting to Born Again being like, first 2 episodes fucking great, and it's like, just wait.
Yeah, give it a minute. Give it a minute.
There's a question here as well. Like, where would you rank Predator Badlands amongst all the other Predator films?
Last.
Nah, it's
second to
better
last.
than the Predator.
Oh well, it might beat Requiem. No, I think I like Requiem more than this.
I think
we
this
count-
is probably a bit better than Requiem in the sense that it's just more like the action sequences are better staged and stuff.
Yeah, but like I don't know, the Grogu shit, man. Like
yeah.
Plus, this movie's so overly CG.
The Predator in AVP2 is kind of cool. Like he's actually called Wolf, I think. Isn't he inspired by the Mr. Wolf from Pulp Fiction? The idea is like a fixer predator who has to come in and solve all the problems that another predator causes. I was like, that's like a neat idea.
Yeah. Well, he's not chasing autism,
and he doesn't fucking talk, Drinker. He doesn't talk about his mummy issues and cry. And
you want to talk about woke? Wow, like this is.
Do you think his parents were divorced? Actually, I want to
probably. She's gonna come out of the ship in the sequel and be like, "Do your homework," and he's gonna be like, "No, Mom, I've had enough." Can't take it, but no, the Predator is the worst one. I will never forgive Shane fucking Black for altering the canon into the Predators hunt autism. That is the legacy that he.
Honestly, if anyone's watching this who knows Shane Black, I would happily invite him on just to say, like, so Shane, walk me through your thought process for this one.
Yeah, I mean, it's in the film. They say that autism is the next step in evolution. That we're all waiting to become autistic. Yeah. They say like you get autistic brains like are capable of much more than the average, and the predators want to access and harvest it so that they can add it to their evolution.
I thought they took
You
Tylenol.
had my attention. Now you have my interest.
It is a catastrophic movie. But
that's a good description.
After everything we said about Badlands, we're like, "Oh, so that one's worse." Like, yes, it's not even close. I'm sorry,
worse,
it's just so fucking bad.
Wow. So just take some Risperdal, you can befuddle the predator.
Because didn't he punched up the Predator original script, right? Shane Black. He tried to give it some.
Yes. No, he helped out with the script as well. And yeah, the reason he's in the movie is because McTiernan was quite an inexperienced director at that time. And I think the producers wanted someone who, one, understood the script, and two, like had a bit of experience with these kind of movies to just keep an eye on him. And he was like their guy on the ground.
And Hawkins is a good role, and the script is awesome. So it's just like, what happened, Shane? Why did you destroy the franchise?
Why do you hate us so, Shane?
Let Jesse Ventura direct the next one. That's what I say.
Yes. I'd be up for that. Yeah. Yes. There's this weird thing that's been going on as well, right? Because Stranger Things is almost upon us, the final season. But then we've started getting all these weird rumors coming out that Millie Bobby Brown has had to take out she filed like a harassment complaint against David Harbour for basically being a complete asshole on set towards her. And this isn't just like some fringe thing. Like Variety's reported on it. It says here that Brown, who plays 11 on the hit Netflix series, filed a harassment and bullying claim against Harbour, who plays her adopted father or whatever. Before season 5 began shooting in January, there were pages and pages of accusations, the source told the Daily Mail. The investigation went on for months. The outcome of the investigation is currently unknown, but apparently Harbour did not include, the claims against him didn't include anything sort of sexual. It was just bullying. But she had to then be accompanied by a personal legal representative at all times on set while they were filming the final season. And as far as I know, he's actually been absent from the publicity tour as well.
Yeah, I saw an announcement that he will not be a part of it or something. It's like, oh shit, all right.
Well. Yeah, and I just thought, wow, Mr. Male Feminist himself got unmasked as a bit of a fucking bully and a complete asshole. It's weird that just keeps happening, isn't it?
I'm no fan of David Harbour, but I would like a bit more specificity on this. It's like, what did he do? If he said you're an idiot or something, I'd be like, whatever, but if it was like harsh, oppressive shit, then fine.
I would imagine you don't take a legal harassment claim against someone if it's just like you had harsh words with them one day when they were having like
I don't know, man.
She's a woman.
Hollywood.
Nobody, Bryce Dallas Howard didn't take out a freaking protection order against Christian Bale, after that freaking meltdown, which I still listen to sometimes. That thing's amazing.
Well, hey,
it's better than the movie.
Here, right? She was enjoying it. Probably, I would have been if I was on set.
Yeah,
fucking great, dude.
So have they ruled out?
Let the man cook.
Method acting.
Yes,
as a reason.
Yeah, who knows? I don't know, man. Like for a while, I feel like David Harbour is one of these weird, he was like Pedro Pascal before Pedro Pascal was a thing. He was getting positioned as like the guy who was just suddenly in everything. He was getting a big push, and he seemed to be like carving a real career for himself. And then it all just kind of came to a halt. And yeah, he's definitely still in Stranger Things, but like he's not exactly like setting the box office alight.
Well, what happened to him weirdly is like because I first became aware of him, I guess, as an actor because of Stranger Things season 1, in which he's pretty good. But like he then started just playing roles where he gets humiliated. He's always like the bumbling idiot dad character. Yeah. And he becomes that in Stranger Things. He's just like mostly an idiot. And I was just like, why do you want all these roles? And then of course Red Guardian, where it's just like, I'm retarded. You're just like, okay, I guess that's the way you want to take it. And then of course, won't shut up in real life. And then he's got all this, because it's not just that, right? He's got controversies with Lily Allen as well that people keep talking about.
Well, they've just broken up, yeah, because apparently he was unfaithful.
And apparently she was too, though. So
well, yeah, but she's released a fucking album about it, and like, yeah, I'm sure the world's buzzing at the idea of a new Lily Allen fucking album.
Well,
like you were relevant like 20 years ago for about.
She's
5
a musician.
Minutes.
That's her right. He's got to make a movie about her now. That's how you get revenge if you're an actor. All right.
I don't blame him for the bumbling dad roles because, like, are there any other dad roles in the modern day? Let's be real.
Yeah, but like he seems to hunt them. He's like, yes, I love the humiliation. Okay.
I can't recommend the Twitter account highly enough. White men being stupid in commercials. It's amazing.
Right.
It's such a trope. It's one of the best accounts you could follow, bro.
Yeah. It is sadly predictable. But in David Harbour's case, yeah, I mean, he pretty soon after he took off, like he became quite the advocate for like everything that was current thing. And yeah, I think stuff like this always just makes me think, it's the old adage about the people who preach the loudest have the most to hide. And like you say, MauLer, I don't want to like condemn the guy before like any of the facts come out, but I would have to assume Millie Bobby Brown doesn't seem to have like a history of doing stuff like this. She probably would only have done it if there was something serious going on.
Yeah, I don't blame you for thinking that there's no smoke without fire sort of shit. But yeah, I wish we had even just one reference, something he said.
Yeah,
it would be funny if what he said was just like, "Why do you look like you're 40 years old now?"
Yeah, what the hell happened?
But at the same time, haven't we all worked
against that surgeon?
Well, remember, like, did Gal Gadot complain harshly that Joss Whedon said he's not interested in any of her fucking script notes? She could just shut the hell up, and that he could like destroy a career. Which at the time people were outraged at hearing about, but I think these days people are like, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, she's gone down with that shit. But
I mean, I think that's kind of my point. Haven't we all worked for people like this?
Yeah.
I mean,
please, yeah.
I mean, am I allowed to sue now because someone made me feel bad at work one day? Or
you're not a woman,
right?
This is true, yeah.
Well, the thing is, though, the accusations, like he seems to have never bullied her for 4 seasons, and only this season is he like ramming her head in cake.
Right?
Like, why is he only bullying her now?
Right. Well, the source. That's what I want to know, who the source is, and because there's rumors it's Lily Allen's best friend. That's the alleged source. I don't know how true that is, but like, I don't know. There's something wrong about this. I don't know. It stinks.
If this is like, for lack of a better way of putting it, serial harassment, serial bullying, and did the studio make a deal with her, be like, hey, don't go public with this until we wrap up Stranger Things, and filming, not even promotion and release. I don't know. It could be something like that.
But the time between seasons, you think he would have heard something if he was like, choking her or something like that.
Oh yeah, that's not
like
that's probably next level.
It seems to be when like it's coming to an end that like they're not getting any more roles afterwards as well. Millie Bobby Brown as well, because what's she doing after this? Like Enola Holmes 3.
Right. Fuck yeah, dude.
More lip
we got Electric State. That was a big hit, right? That would get a sequel, I'm sure.
Oh my gosh.
It seems like both careers are kind of like, taking a bit of a lull. And only now does he go like, oh yeah, like he fucking trips me over when I try and go to the toilet or something, or he ties my shoes together.
God, I hope that's what it is. I hope
if it is, right, that's got to be the shittiest move of all time. Right. Like throwing your co-star under the bus just to try and make yourself a bit more popular and relevant.
Yeah.
Because goddamn, yeah, like
granted it is David Harbour.
Yeah. I mean, she's not done much outside of Stranger Things. Like, I say that she has done lots of things. It's just she probably shouldn't have.
Yeah. Not made any impression beyond Stranger Things for anybody. It seems like
this kind of goes back to. Sorry, this goes back to the point of like these actresses say a lot because they're usually tied to a franchise, and now that she's kind of being cut loose like a kite. Now she's like kind of flowing free, and she's kind of worried about what she's doing. Well, yeah, not just her, but everyone.
There's 2 paths that they take with this. One is like what you see here with Millie Bobby Brown, where it's like, oh, controversy, like, okay, take out a harassment claim against someone. Okay. The other one is like the Scarlett Johansson route, where it's like, in my 20s, I am happy to just parade around like in a nice like bouncy dress and like show all the cleavage in the world and just like really like milk that sex symbol thing for all it's worth. And then when I'm hurtling towards 40, suddenly decide, oh man, I was exploited so badly back in the day. Like it really made me feel terrible. It's like, oh yeah, it's funny how you were to take all those paychecks, weren't you?
Yeah.
I think the 2 paths were like what an actor can be like, I want to break out of this role I am definitively attached to, anchored to, if you will. I want to be able to do more things. Or the other role is, no, I'll play this forever. Get me as many of these as possible.
There's that too, yeah.
Job security.
Yeah.
Like Millie Bobby Brown isn't gonna, again, not to keep railing on it, but like she's not really gonna break the mold. She's not really gonna get an Oscar for anything. I mean Enola Holmes 1 and 2 were dog shit.
I feel bad for her because I feel like her whole career has been defined by the fact she can cry on command, and then every script that she does makes her do it like 5 times at least in the course of the film.
Maybe that's the bullying. You go cry.
Yeah.
Maybe David Arbor is her muse.
Maybe.
So what, she just thinks of the time he tied the shoelaces together or something, or
yeah, they probably got
just like he slapped a cookie out of my hand or something when I just got back from the craft table.
Yeah. It just feels like it's something small that she's gonna now make something big out of it. And she's gotta, she's gotta throw someone in the bus.
Months of investigation and we haven't heard a peep, and like nothing sexual as well. It must be quite like surface level. It mustn't be like.
That's probably his one saving grace, because I think like. If it's just you being a bit of an asshole and difficult to work with and stuff, your career could probably recover from that. But like if it's anything implied like sexual or harassment that way, you're fucked. Like you're never going to work again, basically.
Yeah. But isn't she in another article like with Variety, slamming the journalist about her body and stop talking about me and put me in these sexualized ways and everything and. So, like, it seems like she's trying to take advantage of the limelight, almost like.
Yeah, well, but
if I was her, like, and yeah, I was gearing up for that final season of Stranger Things. Yeah, I would milk the publicity for all it's worth, because there's probably not going to be much beyond this.
I mean, the fact that you go from experiencing a bunch of producers with contracts being like, "Can you stay on, please? You do this more," but you finally reach the part where they're like, "You're done now." It's like, oh,
off you go.
But ultimately, the problem is that she's asking the public to litigate her problems with no evidence, without any understanding of what's going on, and without any evidence allowing us to make a fair decision about it at the end.
I like this one here. It's like just cutting to the core of it. No one's talking about her body. We're talking about how awful her makeup is and how old she dresses.
How old she dresses.
Well, she's kind of in that Emma Watson kind of role now, where Emma Watson was kind of lost and couldn't find her way, and then she's got into activism.
Yeah, only she's got that 1,000 dick stare going on. Every picture I've ever seen of her.
And here's a fun part: Sydney Sweeney could actually get an Oscar nomination this year.
That would
for
the jeans commercial, just for the jeans commercial.
Yeah.
Yes. That alone.
Can her boobs get an Oscar independently? Like
they get best supporting player.
Yeah, that would have to go to the bra, really. Yeah. I know. It's like Chris was on a couple of weeks ago talking about that movie and had good things to say about it. Said she gave a good performance. Like, this is like, is this the moment where she's like, I can be a serious actor as well? I'm more than just a massive pair of tits.
Yeah, it's definitely that. And the other thing is, they've got to nominate 6 people. Who are the other 5? At this point, she may just get in because they need to fill a slot.
Is she actually good? Because like everyone was raving about the Rock in Smashing Machine, and when I watched that, I was just like, did he really do a great acting job? There was like because there was moments where he was getting like some really good dialogue. He was like doing really well, and then it just ends, and then you're like, oh, wait, I want more from him, and it gets more artsy and
right. Yeah, I think the issue with the Smash Machine is The Rock is portraying Mark Kerr, and that's Mark Kerr, and that's his personality, and so he's not giving a dynamic Rock performance in the Smashing Machine, and so I don't think you can say he's a bad actor. I think you can say he's a good actor because he's embodied the character. And I think you could say the same thing about Christie with Sydney Sweeney, is that, she's not playing a dynamic character, but she is giving a good impression, a good performance as the original person. And unfortunately, real people aren't that exciting in movies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, the Smashing Machine's a biopic, and so people don't really have character arcs in real life. It's just Fight people, argue with my girlfriend. Fight people, argue with my girlfriend. And repeated, and that's just a movie.
Right.
Progressively
it's quite
But the thing about the Smashing
it's quite
Machine
it's quite a confusing arc he goes on, because he basically like loses, breaks up with his girlfriend, gets back with her, then trains, and then loses again, and then just realizes, I don't mind too much. It's okay.
Yeah, but here's the thing about the Smashing Machine is the arguments he has with his girlfriend. If you're married or been in a relationship for a very long time, it's going to feel very real to you that you're going to feel like, oh, I've been there. I know what this argument is.
Oh yeah.
I'm not going to win this one, even though I'm right.
But because like his girlfriend tries to kill herself, she's going and then 10 days later he marries her.
Yeah, but
So,
like,
yeah, I
it's
mean, I
done
hate to
as
say
a
it, that happens in
postscript
real
kind of
life.
thing, isn't it? It's like, oh yeah, he carried on fighting for another 8 years or something, and yeah, he married her like a week after all this happened.
Yeah. And that only lasted 6 years.
Yeah.
Always drives me nuts in biopics like that. You know what was really bad for that was the Queen movie. It was terrible. It was like, Live Aid was like 2 days before Freddie Mercury died of AIDS. You know what I mean? Like that kind of like compressed time bullshit.
It's like, I love how they implied that like Who Wants to Live Forever was somehow like a cry for help when he was diagnosed with AIDS, and it's like, no, they wrote the soundtrack for a fucking Highlander.
Yeah, it's about the Highlander, bro.
It has nothing to do with it.
What the fuck?
Yeah, but I don't know, the Smashing Machine, like when you were talking about The Rock's acting there, it's weird because I felt like I was judging him to a different standard from any other actor. I was just like, oh, this is quite good for The Rock. If it was any other actor, I'd be like, this is pretty simple stuff, but like, it's fine.
But you know what I mean? Like you wanted more out of him, like because it was there. I felt like the director kind of like cut him short. Like
it's like every time he built up to some peak where he was going to lose his shit, like it just kind of simmered down, and it's like, okay,
yeah.
I mean,
and again that's the problem you get with biopics about fairly average people. You either go over the top or you don't, and if you go over the top, it just feels melodramatic at that point. Yeah, and here it's just he's trying to be subdued to ground it as much as possible, and I think that's what that movie is a very grounded movie, which may not be an exciting movie.
You just wait until they cast him as Obama. He's gonna knock that out of the park.
Well, the way he's slimming down, like it's only a matter of time.
At some point,
I did like this. They made Live Aid about his illness when he wasn't even diagnosed with AIDS until like 2 years later. Yeah. Interesting. The only other thing I wanted to talk about here was October, right? Not traditionally like the biggest month or anything of the year, but wow, this October has been cataclysmic for Hollywood. It is the worst box office returns in 27 years, apparently. The most recent other one that was worse than this was 1997. And it's interesting, like when they're talking about why, it's mostly just down to a complete lack of interesting movies. Like there was no big horror flicks in October this year that like people were excited about. I know even Shelby Oaks couldn't lift the box office returns. But yeah, like the other big movies of the month were probably like One Battle After Another, which nobody wanted and no one was particularly interested in, flopped big time. And so it's turned out to be real crisis time for Hollywood. And yeah, I'm just kind of curious, like, where does it go from here? Presumably we're now getting to like, end of year. This is when some of the other big movies of the year start to come out. But even then,
I think this goes back to what we were talking about earlier, like the politics of it all. Your audience is divided, especially in North America and the world. And when you have these movies that are touching that nerve, and you have people talking, like directors and your actors and actresses talking about this stuff, it turns people off. And and as much as people say no politics, the normies don't look at it like at politics. I think they do. I'm one. I listen to people talk, just normal people talk about just everyday stuff, and they're not interested in being talked down to anymore. And that's where I get into like the James Gunns and the Kripkes and stuff like that. So I don't know. That's just my thought. And these movies are not really interesting to watch anymore, because everyone's waiting to see them on stream. Like, why go see this when it's going to be like they literally go, that's a streaming movie, I'm not going to go spend money on.
The one I missed out as well was Tron Ares, which was another gigantic flop.
Yeah.
Which was
here's an idea. If you make a big budget, say Frankenstein movie directed by Guillermo del Toro, maybe put it in the fucking theaters. Just a thought.
Don't give it that limited release and then punt it straight to streaming.
I wanted to see a horror movie this October. I literally, like, blind went over to the movie theater and I'm looking up at the marquee. I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to watch? Springsteen? Like, what? That's literally what there was.
Yeah.
People were talking about
TV show.
Yeah, people were talking about Black Phone 2 as well, being just absolute trash.
Yeah.
I don't know much about Black Phone 2, so I couldn't say.
Black Phone was good. The first movie was good. It was a good movie.
Right.
Yeah.
Black Phone 2 didn't follow up on the gimmick of Black Phone that got it into the reason we watched Black Phone was not in Black Phone 2.
Right.
They should have done
go ahead.
So they should have done a Netflix race swap where it's a white phone instead.
Yes.
But the other thing is the cost. The cost of movies is just like, it costs, like, for a family of 4, it's like well over $100, maybe even $200 to go to the movie.
I was going to mention that. I was at a screening of Sinners on Sunday, and Ryan Coogler did the Q&A afterwards, and he talked about they asked him what kind of movies he makes, and he said basically that, you know, when people go see movies, they're paying $20 a ticket. If it's not for kids, they're paying for sitters, there's dinner, there's all this money people spend. And he says, I want to make a movie that pays that off for an audience. And I don't think the studios are producing movies that make people want to go spend that kind of money and go to the theater to see that movie.
I think you're 100% right.
Wasn't October mostly TV shows like Peacemaker and Gen V and shit nobody liked?
Alien Earth, baby.
No, I think it was September.
The other thing is, too, like, we talk about Black Phone 2, that was in theaters for 17 days, and then now it's on, you know, streaming services. Like, so like people are like, they see that. Even like Superman, it was in theaters for what, a month, just over a month, 6 weeks. Why spend the money when it's going to be...
Before the month was out, it was already out in streaming. It stayed in theaters for another month, but it was the streaming blockade was lifted pretty quickly.
So you don't have movies that have that kind of blockbuster action, you need to see in a theater kind of vibe to it. Why go and spend all that money? It's not worth it.
Yeah, it's weird how Weapons was a horror film and that came out in August.
They do weird things like that sometimes. Like, they released horror movies in the summer movie season.
Yeah, why are they holding Five Nights at Freddy's? Why are they holding Five Nights at Freddy's to December? That should have been an October movie.
Yeah. Mortal Kombat 2, it was getting so much heat. It was everyone was talking about the trailer and how well it was doing. And then they delayed it to next year against all those other movies. And I'm like, what are you doing? You could have capitalized on a dead zone and made all the money right before Halloween, Thanksgiving. Nope. They think it's going to be a blockbuster and they're going to compete against like Supergirl and all the other movies. Well,
they probably can compete against Supergirl.
Yeah.
It's not going to be too hard. It's less about horror and it's kind of an action movie. So I could see it working next year.
Yeah, we'll see.
But yeah, it's been particularly weak because you'd think like, okay, it's October, like it's the spooky season. This is the time to release a whole bunch of really cool horror movies and just let's see if they can compete against each other. And that's it. It's not difficult. People are ready to be entertained in October. Like, they've passed that lull. You know how like there's the summer movie season and then like August and September are kind of like the dump months where there's not much going on.
Right.
By the time you get into October again, it's like, okay, we've not been at the movies for a while. We're ready to be entertained. Let's go back. Let's see a horror flick. It'll be fun.
The thing is like this whole year has just been bad for movies. And, you know, 2 years ago, it was the strike. And I think we're reaping the problem the strike did, which was less films. And there's even to be fewer films coming out now. And This movie this year is going to be tough because I can't even think of top 10 movies that I like this year, and I've seen everything.
I couldn't name
F1
10 good ones.
F1 was
yeah.
the best.
That
F1
was
the
good.
best
Yeah.
one.
F1 and Warfare, probably two like most enjoyable movies of the year for me. But yeah, beyond that, I'm struggling a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, Frankenstein, I'll put on that list.
Yeah, Frankenstein.
I liked Life of Chuck. Has anyone seen that?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, figured not.
But like getting back to Mortal Kombat 2, sorry guys, but like you have this dead spot because it was originally supposed to be put out, I think it was in October, sometime in October.
Right.
You could have got people buying Halloween costumes for it. You could have got people buying merchandise for Christmas. You could have had so much, like just the marketing alone. They could have made bank on it. But no, they want to, look at us. We're going to swing a big dick and we're going to put it against all the big dogs in May. I just think it's so foolish to think that when you have this big opportunity to be the movie of October going into November. I think it's a huge mistake by Warner Brothers to do that.
Unless the CGI is awful. I mean, it's like more polished.
Are they doing reshoots? That's the other thing. Is it bad? Is the current version bad?
I need to watch Chainsaw Man because I see
great.
it advertised a lot on the high seas.
The animation is amazing and the story is beautiful. A beautiful storyline. Great plot.
Yeah.
Really,
I think
really
you need to
well
know I think you need to have seen the Chainsaw Man series.
Yeah, you have to.
Right, okay.
No, not necessarily.
I'd say you do because there's a lot of context missing. Plus, it's awesome because, he gets to cut people up. I mean, what's not to like?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in there that I didn't understand, not knowing the series at all. You really need it.
Yeah, you do need the like, why is she after him? You need to watch the TV show.
The first season's worth a watch. It's for sure worth a watch.
I love this as well. Come on, no love for Primitive War. I mean, that was a fun, goofy movie. Like, is it in top 5 for the whole year? I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, and they didn't spend $100 million on it either. So
yeah,
right in the right budget.
I loved it for what it was because like it was super cheap and like they've obviously like made a success out of it. It's not like an Oscar winner or anything. Let's calm down a little bit,
Where we gonna get like what was it called, The Savant, where a woman Karen?
Oh yeah,
and then that got pushed back indefinitely.
That was
like
hilarious.
October was going to be a cringe month for TV shows. I mean, they got like The Witcher, Hazbin Hotel, Shelby Oaks, all that type of shit coming out in 1 month, and The Savant would have been the 4th one.
Have you seen Shelby Oaks, Reaper?
No, I've seen bits of it. I've pirated the copy, and I can't force myself to finish it. I'm not paying him. I refuse to pay him. He's the most boring.
You steal a chocolate bar and you toss it in the bin.
I'll have to. Oh God, it's like the electric chair. I'll just get in it. I'll just watch it.
I think with Shelby Oaks, like even when I did my review, I was struggling to think of interesting things to say about it because it's in that middle ground. Like it's not so hilariously bad that you can just clown on it, but it's not great either. It's just kind of
the plot was explained to me, and I get bored of films like that. I start thinking Freudian, and it's like he based it on his sister. The sister in the movie gets fucked by a demon and impregnated. I think in real life, his sister got fucked by one, maybe multiple men. We don't know. Got pregnant, was excommunicated. And I think that's the movie. That's just his real life.
I mean, there's cults and stuff in it, and it's like, okay, is that
his
a
family
reference
incredibly
to like
religious? His family's incredibly religious. His sister got excommunicated.
I keep getting them mixed up. Is it Mormons that they were, or is it like what's his like religion that he was part of?
Something crazy.
He's got a big old video about it. Yeah, and a lot of the marketing I've seen would say like, oh, he's incorporated this history into the film, and honestly, I would never have guessed if not for people telling me that was the case in the marketing. You watch it and you're kind of like, this is a film's film, isn't it? I recognize all these things. Don't recognize the script though. I don't know where he got that from.
Is it going to be a bridal praise for it, MauLer?
Oh, sure.
Oh, the chat is saying Jehovah's Witnesses.
Has he made money from it?
It probably has. Like I've not been following it, but like I am, because it was only a couple of million to make the thing. And I imagine it's brought that in, it's probably brought in like 5-6 million globally.
Do you think it'll be like The Conjuring, Shelby Oaks 15, and we keep getting more and more of them? Final rights. The Stuckmaning.
the
Stuckmaning.
I just don't know what the selling point would be for it. It's like, yeah, it's just a standard horror movie.
That's the thing is, if a critic is gonna make a movie and gonna make a horror film, at least attempt to elevate the genre a little bit. Find something new, something unique.
If he makes a second one, I think if he does, that'll be the time when he takes risks and he does something kind of out there and different.
Do you really think he will? He's so boring. Honestly,
I heard the directing is good.
Around him.
I heard the directing's good, but the writing is the script.
The directing's fine. Yeah, I think probably the cinematography is like, you know, the main point of it. Like, and that comes down to who your DP is. But like, yeah, it looks like a movie. Like, that's the best way I can describe it. It looks like a professionally made horror movie.
Which means anyone can make
just
a movie.
like this.
Yeah. You hear that, kids? Get your iPhone. You can make a horror movie.
You can make a movie. Chris Stuckman can do it. You can do
but
it.
But risk and Chris Stuckman are like two words I'd never associate ever.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, but somehow he got money to make a movie.
Well, yeah, he got on his knees, didn't he?
I mean, I imagine he did it at the height of his fame and like popularity as a movie critic. I think if he if he was to do another one now, I don't think he would get the same amount. Like, I don't think he would get anywhere near it, like in terms of a crowdfunding campaign or whatever.
Right.
But yeah, he doesn't need it. Like, I imagine he's got some kind of future in Hollywood. If he's got Mike Flanagan in his corner, that's a pretty good guy to have.
Do you think he'll direct an episode for him the next time he does like The Haunting or whatever?
I don't know what his future is. Like,
he could groom him, not sexually.
Yeah,
normally.
You sure? It's Hollywood.
I think we talked about probably like he'd be a director for hire for like TV shows, nothing like prestige, but probably mid-level, and I think he'd be fine doing stuff like that with the occasional like low-budget horror or feature or whatever.
I just couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine him like telling like, okay, you want to start fucking each other right now, hard and good. Like he's trying to direct a sex scene or a violence scene or anything.
But he completed a movie, which is more than most people could say.
Mm-hmm.
That is,
yeah.
And I did. I'll wait to make a point of that in my review. It's like that's pretty big achievement by itself, and being willing to put himself out there as well.
Yeah, true. But 2.8 million, I would just had like fit birds non-stop, no story. I would have got the same result.
It's just Babe Station basically for 2 hours.
It would be it'd be more entertaining. It'd be just as nonsensical.
Every so often they just get eaten by a devil hound. What the fuck are they called? Like hellhounds. Yeah.
Well, there's a vacancy. There's no more Russ Meyer. Go for it.
Yeah, that's true. Sisu 2, people were mentioning as well. Like when is that coming? Is that January, February?
I want to say it's this year, but I know it's soon.
Yeah, I think it's in a couple of weeks, to be honest.
Oh, really? Is it that soon?
I think so.
I mean, hopefully it's going to be good. Like I've got the slight feeling it's going to be like Nobody 2, where it's just sort of loses the charm and the uniqueness of the original.
And then that third movie will be great.
Sure, yeah, let's go with that. Let me just bring up a couple here while we've been talking here.
We've got Frankenstein, Predator Badlands, and The Running Man all on one day.
Yeah.
Is anyone going to watch The Running Man, or is everyone just knows that shit?
I got a sense it's going to be shit. Like, you're not going to compete against the Arnold one from the 80s. I mean, damn.
It's just like the Total Recall remake from 10 years ago or whatever.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, and much like Predator Badlands with Trachtenberg, Edgar Wright's already come out and said, like, hey, man, we should welcome different interpretations. And then you're like, oh, okay. The second they start saying that, you're like, uh-oh.
I never thought of The Running Man as a film that was crying out for a remake. Like, oh, wow, they could have done so much more with this if they just had a better budget for, like, visual effects or something. It was fine.
I actually think that if this were Cornetto trilogy Edgar Wright and we were just entering into the more insane things that are happening in the world culturally, that maybe a remake of The Running Man, or at least a film that's spiritually inspired by it, could have been pretty cool and interesting.
The thing about the original Running Man, like Arnie was great in it, but like Richard Dawson sold that movie.
Yeah, dude.
Like he was phenomenal. And this new one with Josh Brolin, but he split the Richard Dawson role with Domingo Coleman or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
It just doesn't feel right to me. Like, because like now you're just kind of trying to service the audience by saying, look, we have a black host and we have Josh Brolin. It just like kind of throws you off. Where like Dawson, you got that antagonist that's just a prick, and you want to hate him, right?
Well, he built that character on Family Feud for season.
Right?
Yeah. He apparently he refused to show any kind of intimidation, like to Arnold. Like he refused to be afraid of him or whatever. Like even when the script called for it, and I just thought, what the balls on that guy?
That's brilliant.
Okay, so we need a Family Feud host. Somebody call Steve Harvey.
Steve Harvey would have been great.
I'm sure I've said this before. Like, you know, the guy who played like the electric dude who can throw like bolts of electricity from his hands and shit.
Sven Thorson.
Oh, yeah.
No. Sven Thorson was like the security guard. Like,
Oh, right.
You're talking about the orchestra guy.
Yeah, the fat guy.
Yeah, the fat guy.
Christmas tree.
Yeah,
Christmas tree. Yeah. So the actor that played him passed away not long after filming, and so his family requested like all the footage of him from the movie to be sent to be played at the funeral. And the director was like, you know that like his final scene is him trying to rape a woman, right, and dying in his underpants. And they were like, yeah, we just want it.
It's like, look, I'm already sold. You don't have to sell me on it even more.
He died as he lived.
He died doing what he loved.
All proceeds go towards fight diabetes. Like,
and so that was played at his funeral, apparently.
Oh my god.
Was it Dynamo? Wild. Is that who you're talking about?
Dynamo.
That's the one. Dynamo.
Yeah.
The other thing is Frankenstein. Just real quick, Frankenstein, I think, is a legit shot for Best Picture of the Year.
Really?
Yeah, and I think it may not be my favorite movie of the year, but it's got all the elements to check all the boxes.
It's
and
definitely
I think with Shape of Water doing so well, I think Frankenstein will do well.
It looks great. Oscars. The cast is good. I've never watched a second of Chainsaw Man series. I love the movie. I know they want his heart because they said it in the movie. I know that he's caught after it because Rezi said it. I followed along just fine, and I now want to watch the series. So I guess you can go into the film and not have watched the TV show, and you're okay.
Yeah, the plot's kind of straightforward. It just there's more context you miss.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It's not hard to pick up though. I give it a shot. I think you'll be surprised how well it's done.
Yeah, I might give it a look. Let me do a few of these super chats because like they were piling up since the beginning, so I'll try and jump back to when they started. Blank Face, he sent us a bunch. He said, when I think of the Predator, I don't think of guns, train killers, aliens, and heaps of gore. I think friendship, love, and romance. Thanks, Dan Tractobird, for giving us the Predator that we all knew we needed. Cheers. If you had to pick one Predator story to remain canon, would you pick the Autism Hunters or Predator Bad Romance? I think the Bad Romance one.
I don't know. You kind of sold me on the autism hunting. I don't
I mean, that's great for the walls. It's just which one damages the Predator lore more?
Right? Instead of Wayland Yutani. Instead of Wayland Yutani, it's Tylenol, and they have to,
Johnson and Johnson instead of Wayland.
Yeah, Johnson and Johnson.
You could probably make the argument that this movie does more damage to the overall Predator lore, just because you get to see so much of them and so much of their homeworld and stuff. Whereas, the Shane Black one doesn't really delve into any of that. It's just like, hey, let's just pretend a retarded predator came to Earth and wanted autism to weaponize it.
Well, the other question is, where do we go next after Badlands?
No, he wants to be retarded, Drinker. That's his goal in that movie. he's trying to gain the retardation.
Yeah, the power of retardation. He also says, with YouTubers everywhere dipping their shoes into filmmaking, I want to shout out Capital Opinions short film Hostile Takeover. It's free on his channel, so give it a watch. Is that true? Has he got a short film?
Sorry, who now?
Capital Opinions. He's got a
Oh
short
yeah,
film
he
called
does.
Hostile Takeover.
Sorry, yeah, he's I think he was in a somewhat of a competition. It's like a film festival thing in his area. I wish I could say more, but obviously he would have to give the details. But yeah, it's on his channel right now. I was about to say what it is, but then I was like, wait, that might be a spoiler actually, because I think it's revealed what it is. So check it out, I guess.
Didn't that Meat Canyon make a bizarre one? Fucking weird.
I like it.
Yeah, it's an animated one, isn't it?
Yes. How unusual for Meat Canyon to make a bizarre video.
No, but you're seeing a normal guy in real life, and you're like, "Whoa, this is weird."
Yeah.
That mental illness in reality.
Dude, the production values on that video are insane.
Good.
Absolutely insane.
He's
They
talented,
destroy most modern films' special effects. It's I couldn't get over it. I thought it was funny as fuck, and it's kind of poignant what it's trying to say, but I just couldn't get over the special effects. I was watching, I was just like, Jesus Christ, whoever did this, get them in fucking. Actually, no, don't get them in Hollywood. Let them make their own shit.
Next up is Blank Face again, saying, at the time of this super chat, Metal Commander is 35 plushie sales away from being forced to play Dustborn. He's already committed to playing Forspoken, so let's add on to the cringe that he must endure.
That is funny. I think it was actually Capital Opinions that made that happen. So yeah, he's 25 off. If he hits 500, he said he'll play Dustborn, which what's the meme with that game? It's like horrendously cringe.
It's super woke. Like, you learn the power to like lie and like abuse people and like call people racist. Like, you get two cops to shoot each other by gaslighting them.
Well,
what a lovely game. So how long has he got to hit his target?
It's 18 hours exactly.
Ooh, that's not long.
25. No, he might have someone in his audience that fills in the rest just to make him play that game, though. I could imagine that happening. He's already locked into having played Forspoken because I was at 400, so
right.
It's kind of funny.
How long until cinemas across the world just play old movies? Here in my country, cinemas have resorted to showings of old movies at lower prices because the current slop isn't bringing in enough money. I mean, true. You see so many like anniversary re-releases of old movies and stuff. It brings in the money.
No, I should mention when I went to the movies, shoot, they were advertising that next week they were going to do Back to the Future 2.
Yes.
And this is a mainstream theater. It's not just some like little podunk. So this is happening more and more and more.
Yeah.
Well, you look how well Jaws and I think which Star Wars film came out earlier this year? Was it
Revenge of the Sith or something?
Yeah, Revenge of the Sith. They're doing exceptionally well. Like right now, Back to the Future is number 4 in the box office. Like that's
wild, man.
That's wild.
What's your thoughts on Prey? I find the movie a bit frustrating, not necessarily because of its story, but because of how much promise it had. Tweak a few things here and there, and the main protag to be Tabe instead of Naru, and I reckon that Prey would have been a masterpiece. I mean, I think that's stretching it. It's not really a masterpiece.
No, they get some things right. Like like I said, the Predator killing the Frenchman scene was quite fun. The Predator fighting the bear was fun. The fact that it does not speak, the design on it's pretty cool. What happens to the Predator at the end sucks balls, and the plot definitely protects the shit out of her, as well as like what her role would be in that sort of culture. But I get the point of that comment though. Her brother is way more interesting than she is.
Isn't there a scene where they're in a tree and a lion just pulls them down?
That's near the beginning, something like that happens.
Yeah, they're just gossiping in a tree, and he just goes, and the lion just grabs them.
You mean the North American lion?
It's like the Cobra scene in the Van Damme epic Hard Target. Yeah.
He also says, MauLer, do an impersonation of the Penguin saying Welsh phrases.
Runaway Coffee Coffee.
Do it as Danny DeVito Penguin, though.
Yeah.
Danny DeVito Penguin is fucking. What's a quote from him in that? Why am I blanking? I love Batman Returns. Damn.
Yeah.
Was it like I was your number one
city like a hop from hell?
I was your number one guy. That's wrong, movie drinker. Gosh.
No. It was like I was your number one son, and you treated me like number 2.
Yeah,
flushed him down the sewer.
That's glorious.
That's just cinema
Dude,
right there.
watch the scenes with him and Michelle Pfeiffer. They're so damn uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I mean, they weren't hiding anything. He wanted something, and he was gonna try to get it. Penguin's not a good guy in that movie. You might even say he's kind of a disgusting monster.
I just love that funeral bit with all the other penguins just take him out.
Yes.
Oh, when he's trying to shoot Batman, and he's picks the wrong umbrella, and he's like, "Ah, shit! I picked the cute one."
Yeah.
What's this? If you were given any film rights to any book of your choosing, along with an unlimited budget, what would you choose to adapt? Personally, I'd love to give a go at Roald Dahl's Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and its sequel, The Great Glass Elevator, or maybe the BFG. That's the guy. Any books or anything that you guys want to see adapted?
I want to see Hitchhikers done right.
They'll ruin it.
Yeah. I always wanted to do Redwall as an animated movie. The Redwall books.
I refuse to read, so I'm going to go with a game. I would like to see Mass Effect done properly.
I would like to see Ready Player One done properly. I didn't. Spielberg. The book is way different than the movie.
They simplified a lot for the movie.
Ernest Cline had his other book. I forget the name of it. It's kind of like that old, was it Star Killer? No, not Star Killer. Battlefield. No, I can't remember. But the other movie, Acadia, I think is the name of the other book that Ernest Cline has. But one of those two, because the 80 references and just the cool storyline he has in that. I didn't like Spielberg's. He dummied it down and made it more.
This was later day Spielberg though, who's like not really at the peak of his powers anymore, sadly.
Yeah.
Particularly getting him to do one that's so immersed in like internet culture and like video games and stuff. It's like he's probably not the guy.
Wasn't it secretly a horror film because he's living in like a dirty shack forever online? It's actually just a horrible.
It's a dystopia.
Yeah,
it's 100% a dystopia.
Everyone's going after that $1 billion prize that was left by the game inventor, the virtual world that he created, and you had to solve the puzzles, and it was all 80s related. So if you knew all your 80s pop culture, it was there's something really magical there, and like Spielberg missed the boat on that one.
Yeah, for sure. Matthew Leach says, "Why don't EFAP have a new guest? It's been 1 to 2 years."
Is it?
I don't know. It's your show, man.
The thing is, it's just like it's awkward sometimes if we do any given format. Take for example, we recently did the horror showdown, right? So we had I think 64 participants or contestants. And by the way, one of the first ones was where the fuck am I? Norman Bates, that's it, versus Boogie 2988. See who would win in a fight if they were locked in a house, sort of thing. But I think it's a particularly interesting conversation to be had. But to run it all, it's going to take, that one I think was 7 hours. The last one we did was 13. So the idea of like inviting someone and being like, "So how much time you got?" They're like, "Yeah, 2 hours." And like, 2's great. When do you want to spend it? Because that would either be the first, fifth, second, fifth, third, So sometimes it's like when you've got, because we have a whole cycle of guests, but they're all very familiar with our, lengths of time, and it's just like it ends up being easier to sort of bring them in and stuff. But we'll try and get some new blood here and there.
How long is an average stream?
I'd say 6 hours.
Who has 6 hours?
Our fans yell at us if they're any shorter than that.
No, it makes sense. They're like, you got guests. You go, "Do you have half a day?"
Exactly. It gets a bit awkward sometimes.
Yeah. Melvin Deeply says, "Celebs abandon politics? Thank fuck. YouTubers next, I hope." No, don't tell that to Angry Joe. He loves that shit.
He's having a real one.
He's had a tough couple of weeks. Put it that way.
I'll tell you what. No, sorry. Go ahead.
No, carry on. I'm just next super chat.
No. Read the super chat.
Oh, okay.
Predator Badlands.
is one of the worst movies that I've seen this year, very much in the vein of Disney Star Wars and not the Predator. As a woman, I have more testosterone than this Predator. Stay Gucci.
Stay Gucci.
Yeah. Luke Robinson, hey Drinker, my partner and I get married tomorrow. We're both big fans, so please can we get a shout out? Yes, you can, Luke Robinson and partner. Hope you have a satisfactory day tomorrow.
Satisfactory.
Nothing great, just satisfactory.
Yeah.
RRTNZ says, hail drunklers, I'm pushing back against the current trend. People re-examining V for Vendetta as anti-right propaganda. In my opinion, it's a mistake to view pre-2015 movies through a lens of 2020's politics. Cheers. I mean,
what if they're written? What if they're written by a literal flag-waving communist?
Yeah. Alan Moore. Like,
I think you can go ahead and safely credit that baggy-eyed Bolshevik with some slight leftism.
By the way, don't read Watchmen then.
He also says, also in Star Wars, Chuck Norris played the Force. Yes, that's why he's all-powerful. Land Far Away says, Razorfist, why is black metal the only metal genre still producing masterpieces on par with the classics? I love traditional metal, but modern bands just can't match those from the 80s and 90s.
It depends on the band. There have been some good ones. What was that Judas Priest album from a few years ago was pretty good. But I agree, like, dude, Iron Maiden haven't produced shit worth listening to in like 20 plus years or something. So I see where you're coming from. I do.
Land Far Away says, anyone remember that time when Stuckman rewrote the Martha scene from Batman vs Superman, tweeted it, got backlash, and so threatened to quit YouTube because people were so mean to him?
He also
Zod's snap neck thing.
That line is iconic, and if I were him, I would have put that in the movie somehow. If it was even in writing on a wall, scrolled in the prison or whatever, how could you resist? But the other iconic moment from him is when I think Rich Evans on Red Letter Media referred to him as a jerk or something, just casually, a prick, yeah. But non-serious Rich Evans, and he like made a vlog video in his room. He woke up, he was on his phone. He was just like, Red Letter Media called me a prick, and well, I've done nothing but support them for years, and I just it's like, bro, calm down, it's okay.
They shit on me for saying Rogue One was bad. I remember
there was a line in Shelby Oaks that was very Zod snapped neck. It was from Keith David, and I felt like he really had to get through it awkwardly, like he knew. It was there was a cell block in the prison called the Grave because everyone had one foot in it.
Good one.
It's like, yeah, that's a line in the movie, and I was like, why has nobody told me about this line? It's so good.
It's kind of like the ultimate test of like, can an actor with loads of gravitas deliver even the worst dialogue and make it sound good?
Right.
It was just categorical to me. I was like, if you had just cut it in half, if he had said it was called the Grave, I think we could all figure out why. You don't need to tell him. It's like, they got a foot in it.
But like, if someone said that, I'd expect them to turn to the camera and smirk.
Yes, please. It's like the Rutger Hauer line reading in Hobo with a Shotgun, right? Where he literally says the title of the movie, which, come on.
By the way, getting back to titles, Badlands, why all the little copyright Fox International, why was that all on there? Was that necessary? I
don't know. It was in Indian in my version.
You saw it in an Indian movie theater then, did you?
Yeah. Can you believe I traveled all the way to India just to watch that fucking movie?
Nuts. Drinkle, like on Wednesday, we'll be like, ready for open bar tomorrow, and I'll be like, yeah, and he's like, I'm just gonna need to go to India and back. I won't be long. It's like, how do you? I
am jet lagged to fuck.
That threw me off. I was just like Predator Badlands, and then it's just Fox and all the lingo underneath. I'm like, why are we doing this?
It's kind of like Metal Gear Solid. Hideo Kojima presents a Hideo Kojima game in association with Hideo Kojima.
M8566 says, so I've been sitting around wondering about the trial by fire videos, and it turns out that there's plenty on Kickstarter. Silly me, lol. I mean, yeah, it's almost like that's where you go for information about it, because that's where we put it for the Kickstarter backers. There's live streams and everything there. You can find lots of stuff, and you can find MauLer's movie there as well, which is neat. Blue Collar Loser, glad to see the Gooch on open bar. Awesome that someone can get to 30,000 subs while constantly butchering the English language. See you in hell, Jay.
Thank you for that.
The English language had it coming.
It's called Goochnies.
The English language is pre-butchered anyway.
True.
All good.
Jordan Pendragon, I watched your Witcher review, Drinker. Tell me what you really think. Is it the gayest Witcher ever? It might be, actually. It's going to have to go some to compete with Blood Origin, but yeah, it's pretty high up there. What's this? Actresses do noodle scenes early on and avoid them once they get the awards. J-Law went full frontal recently in a B-level comedy after already having an Oscar and 4 nominations. What a trajectory. Some would call it desperation.
Right.
I would just call it a career move. Land far away. On the topic of last week's thumbnail, look up Renata Dancevitz, finest rack in Poland and not shy at all. Can your eyes handle them? I'll find out after this stream's done, I guess. I'll report back, don't worry. Reno the Turk. In an alternate universe, Tron Ares was played by Brendan Gleeson, with Daft Punk returning and made $2 trillion at the box office. He saves both digital and real world and rapes the Joker again. Now you're talking. There's a movie.
I would like to subscribe to your newsletter.
Yeah. I hate the fact that somewhere Jar Jar is either some obese Gungan eating frogs surrounded by chicks or roided out because he couldn't be destroyed. Why do you hate that? You should love it.
Yeah, those are the most likely results. You know, you watch the films, you're like, he must be one of those two at this point.
Right.
Yeah, I can't believe MauLer hasn't seen Whatever Happened to Baby Jane. The Simpsons have referenced it. Also, Drinker, take your pants off. Thanks. Who says I'm wearing pants right now?
After he looks up that chick later.
Yeah, exactly.
But to be fair, the Simpsons have referenced literally everything, so it's like.
But yeah, that movie is quite fascinating. Almost more for the behind the scenes bullshit that went on than the movie itself, but it is like really good. Yeah, nostalgia critic is the male Grace Randolph.
A little bit, actually. We did kind of find that when we covered him recently. There's similarities. They could be made for each other. I'm just saying.
Is it just like being out of touch or shilling or what?
Well, it's all that, but it's also just the way they speak. They both do that. And you're just like,
what is that?
Grace is like next level, though. I think she's more extreme than him. She's like his final.
When was the last time you listened to Nostalgia Critic?
It's been a while.
A bat credit card?
The pitch he goes at destroys glass. It's incredible.
Yeah, Hail Drinker, MauLer, and guests. Really happy to see Razorfist back as the year's end draws near. Is there anything that you have hope for in 2026? Movies, series, or games? I'm struggling a little bit here.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay,
Guillermo, after Frankenstein, I'm a little stoked. Guillermo del Toro said he wanted to make a proper period Phantom of the Opera movie.
Ooh, that'd be interesting, actually.
I'm hoping they let him do that because Phantom of the Opera is my favorite.
We got a werewolf movie from Eggers coming. Is that 2026?
Yeah.
That could be fun.
And Supergirl.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah. We're excited for that.
Yes.
I'm kind of just excited for the DCU to go down in flames again.
Yeah,
like
me too.
Time.
Aren't we
It
all?
could get worse.
It can always get worse. Yeah, we've definitely discovered that in recent years.
Oh.
Doom Metal Guy says, shout out to the timestamp guy. Yeah, he puts timestamps like in a nice little bulleted list on the comment section of my video. So thank you, my friend. Yeah. MauLer, loved your recent EFAP. Please do more video essays like the old days. It feels like there's been too many bad movie reviews as of late.
It's not my fault. They keep releasing them. I told them not to.
It is your fault. You should be producing 10 more videos every week, okay?
I think don't release Predator Badlands, and yet they did. And
You gotta be like me every now and then as a palate cleanser. If I have to review too many shitty games or too many movies, I'll just pick a Dick Cheese 80s action movie that I love.
Yes.
I'll be like Chuck Norris, A Force of One or something like that, and just gush all over it, right?
We did the Chucky series for Halloween.
Oh, nice.
And it's like, oh man, Child's Play 1 and 2, they're just fun as fuck movies. You know,
Yes.
did anyone here see the Mark Hamill remake?
Oh God,
What?
no!
Horrifyingly awful.
Oh.
Holy shit! They were, I guess, Brad Dourif refused because he wanted to work with the original writer director of the series, and they were replacing him while his TV show for Chucky was running. So they had to get a different voice, and they got Mark Hamill, and he's doing like baby kid voice throughout the whole film. It's the worst thing ever. I recommend checking out our coverage of it. It's quite funny once you have someone maybe that's drunk watching it.
Hopefully not his grandchild's voice. Hopefully not.
Not much chance.
Do you know
if you know, you know.
Just to be clear, right? Child's Play, Brad Dourif voodoos himself into the doll, and he needs to kill the first person, that finds out. That's the original story, I'm saying. It gets it's I vibe with it, the lightning bolts, and all that shit. Yeah. And he has to kill the first person who found out he was a human in the body, and then he can take their body, sort of thing. Like, that's the basic premise. But the new version, there is a Vietnamese factory, and a boss is abusing a worker. So the worker goes into the code of this doll and sets it from good to evil,
which you can just do. I like that they've got an evil mode. It's just
it is the Simpsons.
That's the Simpsons. Yeah,
yeah. We couldn't fucking believe. We were like, "What?" He kills himself after that. By the way, he does the coding and jumps out the window and kills himself. And we were like, "How is this revenge on your boss? It's just gonna get sent to some American family and torment them. Like, what's the point?"
The factory, it will get traced back there, and eventually the factory will get shut down. So his boss will be out of a job. Ultimate revenge.
No, you get right back in there and you put lead paint on that thing like a normal person.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Here's a question. MauLer, what makes T1 and 2 so much better than other time travel movies in your opinion? Also, do you ever wish that you can be ignorant and enjoy movies and TV?
No. I don't want to be a zombie. What makes them so much better than other time travel movies? I'm actually, probably more so than a lot of people, critical of Terminator's time travel aspects. They're not very good. And they're very brief. What I love them for is, for the first one, for the thriller, horror, sort of sci-fi aspects. Once you're done with the time travel, and T2's action and character work and all that shit, like that's what I love about those movies. I wouldn't, if someone said like top tier time travel movies, Terminator, I'd be like, it's not why I'm watching it.
I'll do a couple more and then finish up here. Drinker, can you make a review of Out of Words? I know you said you wouldn't unless you played a bit, which, would be quite useful because it's hard to do a review for something you haven't played. But the game doesn't come out until 2026, so can you do a review analyzing the trailer and discussing your predictions? I mean, I guess I could. Like, I'd rather play the game, though, and just review it on that basis rather than talking about the trailer, because it's not like movies where there's a lot to be said there. And yeah, Drinker, a long-time watcher and fan, started my own channel with you and others as inspiration. If you wouldn't mind, I'd appreciate a shout-out to my channel named The Vexorcist. The goal is to be on open bar one day. Well, there you go. So, people, if you've got the opportunity, check out The Vexorcist and see what he has produced. Yeah, like this one. That's a perfect way to finish up. Yeah, man, I'll stop there for now, but I want to say thank you to my awesome panel for coming on tonight. Gentlemen, it's been a pleasure having you on for this. It's been great stuff.
Hell yeah.
Razor, I'm so excited for you to watch Predator Badlands when you get the chance. I'm sure you'll have quite the experience with it.
I might have to review it. We'll have to, because my reviews of Predator 1 and 2 became a little bit infamous, so I'll probably have to at some point review one of the newer ones.
Yeah.
Why did they become infamous? Did you say mean things about them?
No, not at all. Not at all. I worshipped them.
Yes, the correct take.
Dude, I love it. 2 get shit on by some people. I love 2. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I agree. King Willie. I mean, you could have a TV series in his own right.
Yes.
I mean, I love it too, but like, I still think 1 is definitively better.
Clearly, yeah.
What did the filmmakers?
I think it was a good sequel. Yeah.
What did the filmmakers mean that at the end of Predator 1, Arnold's covered in dark brown mud, and at the end of Predator 2, Danny Glover's covered in white? What did they mean by that?
It's like poetry, it rhymes.
Yeah.
Skin color means nothing when you're taking on the Predators, okay? We're all united.
Michael Jackson's Black or White starts.
Yeah.
Racism solved.
Yes.
Yeah. They fixed it in the 90s. We just didn't know it.
Yes. Yeah.
But yeah, thank you everyone who's joined us for this tonight. And as always, any super chats that we haven't covered tonight, we will do on last orders. But that is all we've got for today. So go away now.
Bye.